Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Aces Boss Fight. My name is Loki. Joining me for this one is going to be Crips. This tournament is brought to you in partnership with NVIDIA GeForce RTX. Crips, 1 lakh rupees and 75,000 on the prize. 1 lakh 75,000 rupees on the line over here for this tournament. The winner of the playoffs, they get to go and play against Hydroflix team at the Boss Fight. What are your thoughts?
Well, to be honest, it's not about the money over here. What's even more important for me is the fact that your honor is on the line. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. We have a bunch of talented teams who participated in this tournament, so they'll be fighting each other. But the winner of that final battle will then go fight the ultimate boss team, that is Hydroflix team. And the loser of that match needs to change their names for a week. That's right, they need to change their in-game names for a week. We don't know what they'll have to change to. We don't know how funny or how embarrassing it will be, but you can really use that one Bollywood line over here कि अगर मैंने तुम्हें नहीं हराया तो मेरा नाम क्रिप्स नहीं or something like that. You can use that line over here. It's as Bollywood as it gets. It's as masaladar and as action movie packed as it gets.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're going to be in that spot where you have to change your name to something embarrassing for an entire week, and it's going to be etched into your memory because it's more than just losing, it's also about that pride that's on the line. That name that you so painstakingly assigned yourself is going to be stripped away, and you're going to be giving something else like Tiny Hedgehog or something of that sort.
But more embarrassing than that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure chat could come up with a lot of creative, embarrassing names. We're going to leave that up to them. But yeah, let's have a look at the map, Peter, and see exactly what maps is it that we're going to be playing today, Crips. And let's have a quick look at that. So the first map is going to be Haven, followed by Ascent, and then Icebox. Interesting. So there's no split and no bind.
That's interesting, at least for me. I personally dislike those maps. But hey, Haven is one of the best maps to start the whole series on. Of course, it has plenty of tactical elements in it. Ascent is a little more puggish as compared to Haven. And then Icebox, it's a very unique map. And some people hate it, some people love it. I think it's going to be amazing. But that is if we go to map 3.
Yep. And we are seeing a bit of a meta shift over here in Valorant in recent times, where teams are just opting to give up mid control entirely, let the enemy team have it, and instead just choosing to play more towards the side. So we'll see if
Yeah,
that ends
in
up
Ascent,
working out.
yeah.
Yeah, in Ascent at least. So let's see if that ends up working out in their favor. Of course, we're definitely going to be going to a map 2, but whether we'll go to a map 3 is what we don't know yet. It's going to be Icebox Scripts, and Icebox is a bit of a weird map. Everybody hates to play it in their pubs, but I mean, if you had to just use a one-word adjective to describe Icebox, what would it be?
Very, very thorough. You're gonna have to be very,
Hello.
very thorough to get
Yeah.
through it. That's basically what I would use to describe it. You have to be very meticulous. You gotta account for everything possible. And sometimes even those YOLO strats might work, stuff that you wouldn't expect, it might just end up working because there's so many options of doing so. In Ascent and Haven, because those maps have been played out a lot more than Icebox, at some point it does get a little repetitive. So in Icebox you have a lot more opportunity to do
Hmm.
new stuff.
Yeah.
Well, uh let's jump right into the agent selection screen. The first match that we're going to be having is going to be Enigma versus Fangs. Now, as you can see, we have Kohli on Raze and Maverick on Omen. Now, these are soft picks. They haven't really confirmed it yet. God Vexy, on the other hand, from Enigma, has already locked in his server.
Yeah. So it's going to be an interesting setup this time around. Haven is one of those maps where having a cipher can really help you out just because there are three sites. Just
Hmm.
having information as to who's rotating where can be very, very useful. We've seen that teams tend to prefer other sentinels on other maps. For example, on Ascent, you'll often see something like a Killjoy to lock down that B site. But on Haven, we still see that the sentinel of choice so far seems to be that cipher. Just having that extra cam in one of those sites to see where the backstab is coming from or to see where exactly it is that the attackers are making their way, it
Hmm.
can be incredibly useful.
Yeah, but there is one thing common in between all of them, and that's going to be the Sova. At this point, because the Sova is available on both the teams, and both the teams have indeed picked up a cipher as well, uh, it's going to be pretty interesting to see. So, but whether or not they will use those agents in the same way, that's a completely different story.
Yeah. A slight difference between the two teams here as well. One side going for the Phoenix, the other going for the Rays. So there is going to be flashes available on the side of Team
Hmm.
Enigma. But for Team Fangs, not so much. So I wonder what their approach is going to be taking the sites. I believe they're going to be heavily reliant on that paranoia to try and land that on a couple of players. Just enable your duelist to go in, whoever it is, the Jet or the Raze. I
Hmm.
think most of the time it's going to be the Jet leading the charge and Raze just assisting with the help of those boom bots and whatnot. But yeah, at the same time, I have to say, it's going to be an interesting one because with one team having a Raze and one team having a Phoenix, that just changes up the strat entirely.
Yep, that definitely is the case. And because there's a Jet and Raze available on them on their team, they're gonna have a lot more chance of covering ground. In fact, they even have an Omen, so there's like three agents which can cover distance really, really quickly. On the other hand, for Team Enigma, they've got a Phoenix as well, so they have a little more in terms of flashes. But other than that, there's three common agents in both the teams. That's Sova, Cypher, and Omen, and the Jet as well. So it's only the Raze and Phoenix being different. Let's see.
Yeah. Well, so now it's going to be Coast. And Hika is going to find the first kill towards Cactus. It's going to be this defensive attack towards a shot. He's
Uh-oh.
going to get thrown by the hot hands over. You're taking a lot of damage there. Has the boom bot and the grenade to work with. Oh no, he misses the first shot towards Hika, and Hika still going to survive. That grenade is going to work. Yes, it is. It's going to put Hika out of position, but he's going to be traded out by Raw Fuel. Now, approach has been slowed down. The attacker's choosing to go all the way around towards C, which is completely open Crips. Garage control, though, still in the hands of Maverick. Let's see what he can do with it.
Yeah, he's gonna have to get a nice surprise kill onto Ghost over here. If he can do that, that's definitely gonna be amazing because they've already lost control of the C side. If they can at least have Garage in control, that's one less area to worry about. The recon dot, it reveals a nice person over there. They know the two people are in the back of sight. The paranoia blinds two people, but it is still holding on to the site for now. It's still a 3v3. Finally, Enigma, Badman, and Rifle, these two guys open up the whole site. It's all down to Maverick, and he's trapped. He's getting double peeked by both the sides. Batman finally puts him out of his misery, and they are the ones who pick up that first round.
Yeah, very important. It's going to set the tempo for the second and third rounds as well. The attackers having this advantage now means we're going to see the Spectres come out maybe, if they really want to guarantee this round. Otherwise, they could stick to the Ghosts, maybe upgrade to something like a Frenzy or a Sheriff, or maybe a Spectre here and there to make sure you have money for the rifles in the second round. Because many a times you can end up taking damage in the first round. You have to replace your shields, get the heavy ones, and that does not leave enough cash for those big rifles, the Vandal and the Phantom. So, yeah, it's going to be a full Spectre commitment for at least 3 of the players on the side of Team Enigma, and once again, it's going to be Hika leading the charge.
Yep, and he's already down in a shot, managing to get the kill onto Cactus as well already. Well, it is an eco round for Team Fangs, so Enigma shouldn't really have a lot of problems dealing with them. They should be able to just steamroll into the side and take everyone down without problems whatsoever. Yeah, done and dusted pretty quickly.
Yep, it's just going to be B2 looking to find the head of the Sova. Can he do so? Yes, he can. Picks up 1 kill. That's decent economic damage, but it's just 1 player down. Not the end of the world. That's B2. I mean, I hope he gets taken down here, because if he lives, then he's not going to have a lot of money going into the next one, so...
Yeah, that too. He's not going to have enough money for the guns. And the next round is supposed to be their buy round. They're supposed to have the Phantoms and the Vandals and everything. But maybe if we can get a couple of players off guard, and they are not looking in his direction. He was in Garage a few moments ago. Now he's on mid, and nobody has really checked this area. Yeah, definitely should be able to catch at least Batman off guard, who's just jumping around with his knife and having fun.
Yeah. I mean, he should at least be able to pick up a Spectre, if nothing else. Kills. Oh, no, he missed the headshot. That should be his nice. B2 is going to go down. Batman, though, almost bit the dust himself. Look at that.
Yeah.
He's like a sliver of HP.
Well, they're going to be able to hold on to their guns and hold on to their Spectres and whatnot, but Fangs are going to have much better weapons this time, so that should definitely be interesting. If Enigma choose to hold on to their Spectres, it will be a little problematic. But here's what they're doing so far. Every round, they commit 1 Cloudburst onto A long and then have one of their players go down towards A shot. That's a good way of securing ground. This time, though, on the defensive side, the Cypher has put up his trapwires on B and Garage. Now, that's going to be interesting. He has been playing mid so far, so let's see if they're actually able to get this done. The first trapwire gets broken. Paranoia committed. They're able to get to the safe side without any problems, and Team Fangs have this time. I mean, they just given it up, so they're gonna have to go for a retake.
Yeah, it's going to be a hard one at that as well. I believe Raw Fuel is the one who flashed Hika over there with his own flash, but now gonna start pushing back towards Garage. Hika's gonna be able to clean up Cactus, and looks like the Soa's still gonna be contesting that Garage. You're not ready to give it up so easily. Batman is gonna
He had
find
no
the
idea.
save. Yeah, he's just gonna get taken down over here. A 2v3 over here. This might still be doable here for Fangs, but they need to act quickly because time is running out.
Yeah, they got two players to clear out on long, and they've already upgraded to the Vandals, so yeah, that's not happening. Maybe Maverick can fake out the defuse using the paranoia cover. I'm sorry, the dark cover. But yeah, as soon as he peeks out, he's only good for one. Good stuff by Team Enigma over here, leaving Batman in the back lines. They knew that one of the members of Team Fangs will definitely rotate all the way from A and go towards mid window, so Batman was prepared for that race.
Yeah.
And after that, the rest of the rotations were already taken care of.
I mean, this is what we've seen a lot of Cyphers on offense too, right? They just like to control their flanks and make sure they don't get backstabbed, and it works wonders for them. Every single time you can have a camera just making sure that no one really catches you off guard. And that's kind of one of the reasons why Cypher cannot be half bad on offense either. Like, despite being a sentinel, he's actually quite useful in those anti-lurk situations.
B2 not revealing himself so far, hiding behind that drone. He knows there's at least one or two people over there, but does he know that the full force of Team Enigma is over here? He's going to be forced to fall back. There's no way he can contest the side on his own. The paranoia doesn't really do much, but he hasn't been revealed yet. And the oh wow, the recon option enables him to get a headshot on pickup. But that's all she wrote for him. The shock darts might do a little bit more, but Maverick continues to deliver. Unfortunately, as they try to fall out of Garage, they already have Batman prepared for them. What should he do in this situation? He knew he was revealed by the camera, so he just pushes out right without worrying about anything. And they have better guns as well.
Yeah, they have two duelists to go up against the Omen and Sova, but Rawfuel, yeah, he has those positions marked. He's not going to let anyone get close. And look at that, that defensive smoke is going to come through as well. And now Cactus, yeah, he has been revealed. There's no way he's able to pull off this 1v2. Not with 47 HP anyway.
Yeah, that's not happening. But he probably might just end up saving this gun. He's still keen on going for it though. The dark cover fades. As soon as he fades, God, Vexy's prepared for it.
Yeah.
4-0 for Enigma so far, and it's not like they've been doing something very elaborate, no. They commit to a site, they stick to it, and they have like one person watching on mid every time, so that they only have to worry about the retake from the main CT entrance or the garage entrance or whatever they hit. They never have to worry about getting backstabbed. So yeah, that's something that's been working in the favor of Enigma so far.
Yeah, and Batman is someone that I've been watching for quite a while, and he's always mained that Cypher, so, you know, he's probably gotten very, very good over that over time, so I expect him to be on point as well today with all of his utility. Nice little one-way cloud burst there by the Jet. They start making their way towards mid. It's gonna be a bit of a hard push, but Omen has been revealed, and there you go. Hika, he's gonna pop his ult, he's gonna start moving forward, creating space for the bomb to go down. The Soa might be caught off guard over here. Dead is gonna be found by Hika. Smokey is gonna be taken out here. Now with the hot hands, he's gonna block out the other side. This is gonna be a hard retake for the side of Fangs.
Yeah, it's probably going to be an impossible one. They needed the Soa to make sure that they had some information going into the retake, but the moment he was droning, Hika was prepared for it. And he doesn't want to back off at all. He puts down a flash. Luckily, Kohli's here to save the day. Oh no. That kill enabled the showstopper to get online. Cactus can actually get into the side on the back of it, but Kohli, he does not want to back off. Unfortunately, it's too much to do. And the showstopper is not going to be enough to clear all the angles.
Yeah, unfortunate for the side of Fangs over there. He used a showstopper, didn't really find anyone, and this just goes to show that Valorant is a lot more than just about trying to, you know, throw some bullets onto its people's heads. So you have to account for all the utility and whatnot. And yeah, I mean, so far it seems that Enigma's play has been picture perfect. You know, the smokes always come out on time. The Phoenix and the Duelist, they're always leading the charge, making sure that no one really has an opportunity to, I mean, just kill the bomb planter, I mean, or the spike planter rather, and make sure that the spike does not go down. So kudos to them. Just making sure that there's no real gaps in their offense here.
Yeah. No gaps in the offense. That definitely paints a bad picture over here for the defenders. They have been trying their level best. They rotate on time. They're able to predict what Enigma is doing. At least now they should be able to start predicting, because Enigma has just been committing very quickly. It's not like they go for fakes. Not yet, at least. They did one in the first round, but after that, it hasn't really come true. This time, most of the members of Enigma are gearing up outside of the A lobby. A Cypher trap fire placed just on the edge of the C C-long corridor so that nobody can backstab them from there. The second trap fire hasn't really been committed yet. They probably will save it for some other day. Oh no! As soon as I say that, he puts it down just a little outside of A-long. So yeah, they are prepared for this A execute, or at least that's what it seems to be so far. You never know if they might change it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bit of a. I mean, it's not really a full buy here by the side of Fangs. They're just looking to do some economic damage if possible. But Hika is gonna find the first kill. Cactus is gonna find Hikas with the knife, and he's gonna have the Vandal to work with. Looking to go
Oh
forward
no.
and find someone here, but look at that. His position has been marked. Coast is gonna take him out, and now the paranoia is gonna come through. This A execute's gonna start bearing fruit. It's gonna be leading the charge. It's gonna be the Jet. Gonna dash in. Doesn't really find anyone just yet. Looking to get someone in the smoke, but no one is really committing to the site by Fangs. And once again, the site has been given up completely.
Spike
Yep,
planted.
the retake will come through, but Enigma is trying their level best to hold off the defenders. They're throwing in all the utility they've got. They even have Ghost, who deliberately gets tagged and revealed so that they know that he is willing to pick up a fight. And even though Ghost does get that one kill, he doesn't even move when he gets paranoia. The last member in the form of B2. There's not much he can do except for maybe get a couple of 1-deeks, maybe cause a little bit of economic damage, but when Enigma have 6 rounds on board, what sort of economic damage will you cause to them? They can just die again and again.
I mean, literally all of them have over 7,000 bucks stored up. You know, maybe except for Ghost after he buys, he's gonna go down a little bit. But yeah, money is really good for the side of the offense. The defense, not so much. I mean, this is gonna be their first actual buy, it seems, with the operator on Cactus. This is the round maybe where they can start to look to do some damage. It's gonna be a C setup for the Cypher. He's gonna be holding on to that side while Raze, or in fact 3 members are gonna start pushing out B. Interesting play here by Fangs.
no.
He punished instantly. Okay, Cactus shutting down 2 people. Maybe this can go somewhere, but he's gonna get taken out there by Hika. Just like that. It's gonna be a 3v3. The first fair chance that Fangs have actually had in a long, long time.
Yeah, and it was such a good aggression towards the B side. They've been really playing it passively and just waiting for Enigma to make their moves, but this time they take the fight to them. Unfortunately, because they were going aggressive on B, they forgot that A exists and Badman is already in the site. He takes his hat off to reveal the positions of the rest of the players, and they should be able to get the
Spike
plant down
planted.
without any problems whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, this is not looking too good here for the side of Fangs. They still have an opportunity to retake over here. It is a 2v2. If they trade properly, they can make this work. But, it's, no, it's actually a 3v2, never mind. I didn't spot out that the Owen was still alive then towards 7th, but maybe with this first kill, things can start working. The Cypher, it's going to reveal where everyone is. Hika though. Yeah, he's getting pushed back with those shock darts, and he's going to take out Hika. It's going to be a 1v1. Smokey, he's going up against Batman, who only has 30 HP. Batman looking to go forward. He's going to be taken out, and finally, Smokey is going to put a bullet in his brain, and the first round on board has been posted for Fangs.
Yeah, Fangs have realized what they need to do. They shouldn't be afraid of Enigma anymore. They can't afford to let them have all this map control, dictate the pace of the game, and dictate where the action takes place as well. They can't do that all the time. So this time Fangs decide to take the fight to them. 3 people fighting on mid. The trades, they roll out evenly, and even after they lose the ace side, because they forgot that Batman can sneak in any day, they were able to make the retake work. And it's not like the retake was amazing with something, right? They just hit their shots really, really well. The shock darts, on the other hand, that was something completely unexpected. And yeah, Smokey really clutched that round for them. He was absolutely crucial for their victory.
Yeah, and look at that coaster is going to be revealed over here towards AP. Man, even though they got that last round, Fangs is still not a good opportunity for them. But maybe with this pick on Batman, things can start finally working out in their favor. Raze is going to drop the bomb buddy towards a shot. He's going to spot out Hika. So they have the information at the ready. But oh no, Ghost someone was able to find Smokey. This might just open up the site for the taking, Cribs.
Oh, the cloud burst did not really land on time. Cody's able to get one, but luckily Hika's here for the trade. God makes he
Spike
overextends
down
little
A.
Maverick. He punishes him for the same. And ROG
One
was already in
enemy
a shot.
remaining.
No, Maverick! They couldn't afford to let him stay alive. They tried to hunt him down, but at this point it's too late. He's got the spike down. But Royful needs to be worried about the backstab as well. B2 comes in just in the nick of time. And Fangs are doing so much better. They knew exactly what Enigma would do this time. They were prepared for that A push. And even after they lost Kohli very early on, that's okay. the rest of them picked up the pieces. They were able to get control of A shot even though they had lost long. And that's something that they did really well this time. They knew exactly which areas they had under control and which areas they can still control if they decide to contest it. They play their cards well, and great stuff. The second round is available to them. And with this, they start building up the economic momentum. But Enigma still have a decent lead. They need to somehow, stop their
Yeah.
momentum. They need to somehow break the economy to actually make Enigma halt in their tracks.
Yeah, they're still going to probably have to win one more round after this to really break the Enigma economy, but they've already had 6 rounds on offense on Haven, so I don't think this is too bad for them. They're probably looking to get some more because Haven is, just having 3 sites. It does favors the attackers to an extent, but
Oh,
this is going to be a little bit weird to say the least.
yeah.
This is a very awkward setup coming in from Fangs.
Yeah, Smoke A, he used his recon dot, he used all his utility, did not find anyone on A, and he's starting to rotate out of there, but now that all the utility is being committed towards the A side, he's like, shit guys, we've already lost it. Might as well just go for the retake. They're gonna let Enigma go for the blunt, and it's a 5v5 retake situation. He's trying to do damage with the shock dot, will do a little bit, but it only tickles the enemies.
Yeah, and now it's going to be a 5v5 retake towards A. It's one of the hardest sites to retake. I mean, this is not looking good so far. Maybe Maverick can do something with the paranoia. He can clear under Heaven though. Hick is still holding on to that position, and Ghost is there as well. Nice crossfire between the two, but maybe the splash can change things. Paranoia goes through the jet, dashing in. He's trying to find Omen, but Ghost is going to get taken out along with Rock, and maybe the retake can actually work. Site was going to find one kill, but look at that. Fangs are able to retake the site very, very well. So, though, he is indeed the hunter. He's going to look to kill the person on the bomb. He's going to find the first one. Can he find the second one? No, he cannot. He simply does not have enough arrows in his quiver.
Oh man, they hunt the hunter down. It was a great position by Godbexy. He was completely prepared for that post plant. He just did not expect Cactus to already be down deep in a shot ready for him. Yep. Enigma, they were able to get the bomb down. But I feel like Fangs are starting to believe a little more in their fighting capabilities. That's why they don't hesitate giving up the site. They knew that in a 5 versus 5 situation retake, they can still win the battles. They can still win the trades. And if they decide to fight them again and again, then I guess Fangs might just be able to mount a comeback. Enigma are starting to lose their footing in the game.
Yeah. Now they're going to start reverting back to their original playstyle, was trying to go towards Garage in their first buy round. Let's see if it ends up working out over here. Ropio's going to find the first kill towards Maverick. That's a big, big pick off. No more smokes for the side of Fangs. Maybe this can change things up for them.
Smoke A though, he still wants to make sure if he should leave the A side or not. He used his drone, didn't spot anyone, but B2 is still aware about the possibility that Roffle might be somewhere around this area. They haven't left mid yet. Fangs are still pretty much in control of the B side, but they are aware about the possibility that Enigma might not attack B anymore. They have done this in the past, they have attacked A plenty of times, and it is their preferred site, and this time they're ready for it. The recon dot might just reveal. Oh, it doesn't reveal Cactus! He's in a great position! He picks up 2 people! Great stuff by Cactus over there! The recon dot did not reveal him, and they did not check that angle! And just on the back of that, they are able to completely shut down what Enigma did. From 0-6 to 4-6. Fangs, they're starting to sink their teeth deeper and deeper into the body of Enigma, and how much longer can they afford to get bitten? I do not know.
Yeah, I mean, this is slightly awful for the side of Enigma. I mean, you expected, we were expecting them to be able to get control of the site, but they didn't just check the angles. I mean, I think there was a firewall available on the Phoenix as well, maybe to cover that left side, make the entrance a little bit easier, but
Yeah.
both Omens down, it can be pretty hard to get site control. You don't have any dark covers, you don't have any of those smokes to work with, and yeah, in that position, how many angles are you going to check? It's not
Exactly.
possible to check all of them.
Yeah, and Cactus has never played in that angle before. Nobody on on Team Fangs has ever played in that angle before, so they have no reason to check it. Plus, they had a recon out as well, which did not reveal the jet hiding in that angle. So yeah, they basically ignored it and they paid the price for it. Fangs know what part of their strategy is known to Enigma and what part is still unknown, and that war of information, they are starting to win it now. I mean, sure, they lost plenty of rounds in the first half of this half, but now that they know what Enigma likes to do, they're starting to make their way back.
Yep. And I have to say, Team Fangs, it seemed like this was going to be a very clean sweep from the side of Team Enigma, but they certainly turned things around. So maybe we can finally see them actually start posting up a bit of a defense over here. The Jet ult is going to be popped on the side of Team Enigma, see what they can find with it. Well, the Dashin is going to come on towards the C
Oh,
side.
no.
Maverick is going to be taken out. Coast is going to find two
Wow.
quick kills. The Cypher is dead as well. And just like that, the C side being quickly opened up here by Coast. Oh, but Sova is going to be able to find raw fuel. Can he find anything else? That's the question. No, he cannot. The spike is going to go down eventually. The 3v4 situation, somewhat doable over here, but they need to be able to take out the Sova. Not gonna be possible though.
A one-way smoke popped by the attacking Jet to make sure that nobody can really attack them there. But Kohli, with the showstopper, he blows up Vexy in his face. But there is a backstab in the form of the Phoenix. Coast on the verge of finesse. He's flying up and down, trying to get all those headshots, and he gets it in the end. There's no stopping this man. A Jet ace from Enigma goes to open up this round. He was the one who dashed in towards the right-hand side of the green boxes and get that first kill. But I have to say, even though Fangs did not win this round, they had a decent idea as to what Enigma might do. They stacked 4 people on the A side right at the start of the round, and they did not see any of the Enigma members over there. That's when they started rotating back towards the C side. It was already a bit too late by that time, but yeah, Fangs are not afraid to take risks. They're not afraid to put people into those, awkward stacks to let Enigma walk into a trap. It's
Yeah.
really unfortunate that this is not the side they decided to go to this time.
Yeah, and once again, the Jet being able to open things up so quickly. I mean, this is one of the great things about the knives, just the accuracy you have while you're mid-air. It allows you to hit those crazy shots, like the one she got on the Sova. And now they're just going to
Look
get
at
like
this.
point.
Look at this, Batman's already in the A side. Now, here's the interesting thing. They haven't checked A shot yet. Smoke A is still over here. And Batman is behind enemy lines without knowing the fact that there's a... Okay, never mind. They find him nonetheless. I was hyping up Smoke A so much because they were not aware about this position. Even though Batman was able to get over here, he had no idea Smoke A was over there. Kohli also had no idea he was over here. And now everyone's positions get revealed. Coast is prepared for anyone who's brave enough to push through that CT smoke.
Yeah, I don't think anyone is brave enough, but, well, it turns out I was wrong. Coast is going to push through that. Cactus is going to find her. Who else is he going to find though? That's the question. A 2v4 retake is hard, not impossible, but with B2 down, I think it might just be impossible. The operator in his hands. Can he actually do any work? He'd be happy or lucky to save the operator. He's going to find the Phoenix. Sika was not expecting that. And this Jet is going for it. Oh no, that's... Yeah, he tried to borrow a page out of the enemy Jet's work, and, well, it didn't work out for him.
Yeah.
Great half for Enigma. Yeah, 8-4 for the side of Enigma. Now it's going to be a switcheroo. Enigma going to be playing defense. Let's see how their setup varies against the side of Team Fangs over here, because they do have a Phoenix in place of that raise, so maybe they change things up. I mean, just to accommodate that Phoenix pick. I'm not too sure. Where do you send this Phoenix right now if you are Team Enigma?
And I really can't answer that question. What I really want to point out, like, I was just baffled how many times Batman was able to sneak into the A site. That's like three times at least.
Yeah.
He was able to get in there, and nobody knew that he was positioned over there. And that's how Enigma were able to exploit the A site so much. It was like their bread and butter, and they were exploiting it so much. 3 times because Batman managed to sneak in there. That's really great. They really can't afford to let this happen. Fangs can't have any chinks in their armor, and this time, it seems like they don't. Cactus wins that battle against Coast.
Yeah, sure does, and he has the frenzy in his hand. He's looking for more. But they have a decent presence towards A. The Omen and So are playing together, playing off of each other. The Owl's gonna go out, try and spot anyone out towards that A side, but they're both playing short. And look at that, Fangs! Cactus is gonna be able to find Raw Fuel's head and say goodbye to him. And now, the Cypher, he's trying to play towards Garage, but he's gonna be taken out by Hika. So the C push is not going to come through. Now the side of the defense know that where this push is going to come to. It is going to be coming in towards that A side. And guess what? Smoke A is going to find Batman. Can he find anything else? No, he cannot. Kohli is going to put a bullet in his brain, and Smoke A is going to get the plant through. Hika, a 1v4, a frenzy, and a dream. Sorry, rather 1v3.
Yeah, difficult one that too. They're holding a crossfire. He might have one flash to take care of Maverick, but that flash won't really get the raise. Now he's been revealed. He's just hoping that they peek him one by one, and they do. They're allowing him to get away with this, but he's running out of time. Even though he does get the heal, there's just so much utility being dumped at him to delay him, and that is just going to boil down so much time. He might just be able to get the kills, but he will never get the round.
Yeah, He did a good job of avoiding the recon dart the first time around, but then he walks forward and reveals himself the second time, so that's unfortunate. But hey, this is what Fangs wanted. They get the pistol round, they should be able to pick up the next one and start building up their economy, much like the side of Enigma did on attack.
And Cactus did such a phenomenal job of getting those 2 opening kills. That's what basically enabled them to steamroll into the A side in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, great stuff by him, picking up that coast to get that long-range engagement. We have seen the Frenzy being used a lot of times, but with the recent nerfs to it, that weapon is just not as good as it used to be, those medium to long-range battles. The coast, much more suited for those. It's going to be a quick recon dart towards Garage to see if anyone's playing a little aggressively there. Not going to find anyone. And it's going to be Spectre's purchase, but there are so many people playing over here towards A main. They're going to be able to find Kohli. It's going to be a 1-for-1 trade so far, and now I think the side of Fang should know that the other side should be open. There is thankfully a camera towards B, so yeah. Enigma, they're going to know if anyone hits the B side. But they're not going to hit the B side, they're instead just going to go C, because it's completely open.
Yeah, they stack the A side, which isn't exactly wrong, because both the teams have been using A side like their bread and butter. But now that C side is already in control, it's going to be a 4v4 retake, and Enigma don't really have much to do, so they're going to go in without any fear. They just need one initiation dart from the Sova, and as soon as that happens, they will basically have the positions of everyone. Who are B2, he's trapped over here, gets immediately traded out by Raw. They have a duck cover as well. They can stick the defuse. Only the shock dart can save them, and maybe a lucky spray. He puts on another one just for extra measure, but a blind spray from the smoke by Smokey will still be able to get him, and then comes Cactus as the cleanup crew from Garage.
Yeah, great stuff here by the side of Fangs, being able to defend that spike through the smoke thanks to the good spike placement by them. And the scoreline is starting to even up now. 6 rounds on the board for the side of Fangs, but this one's going to be the true acid test. Now it's going to be a full buy on the side of Enigma. Can they put up the same performance that they did previously? That is a big question mark here. How are they going to change this setup? Let's see. The Cypher this time around trapping a B in Garage, so that's years that are going to be somewhat left uncontested, but I actually see Batman picking up that trip by and trying to place it somewhere else. It's going to go towards C main, I think. And
they probably... Oh no, that trap would have been really helpful this time around. But luckily for them, they have one player inside Beyond, and that's going to be Hika. They weren't aware about him, and he's able to get that kill. Maverick is down, but Hika's trapped over here. Cactus is able to get that trade. Instant 4 versus 3.
Oh man, this is so hard for the side of Enigma now. That side was completely open. Yeah, you're sure wishing if you're Batman right now that you had a trap fire in Garage, but well, they left a hole and it was exploited. Now it's going to be a very hard 3v4 with the SOA available, mind you, so this one's going to be very easy to defend. The ult is going to come through. It's not going to find the jet the second time around, but it is a half defuse. The half defuse has been stuck. Now it's going to be about getting the other half, and can they actually do that? They're actually counting each other with their bodies. They're going to be able to defuse the spike!
Nice stuff over there. A great way to defend. Even though the Hunter's Fury was being aimed right at him, he did not let go. He tanked one hit of the Hunter's Fury so that he could at least get the half defuse done. And then the rest of his teammates, they body blocked the diffuser. That's how you protect your teammate, with your own body. Good stuff by that, and they were able to win that round. Even though Fangs did everything correctly, Enigma were just, yeah, we don't care. We don't mind dying as long as we get the round. That attitude won them the round.
Eyes on the prize, that's what it's called, objective-based gaming. It doesn't matter if you kill us, if we still get the spike, we're the ones who win the round, and eventually, we should be the ones who win the game. Good stuff here by the side of Team Fang, showing some presence towards the end and backing off over here, forcing out the Jet Ultimate at the very least. Coast, he was going to pop it regardless because he didn't really have a buy this round, but now Hika. Everything is resting on his shoulders, and they're gonna check his angle. The Jet is still gonna go down. Can he find a second one? No, he cannot. Kohli's able to get the return kill, and so is B2. He's gonna be able to find Badman. The C side should be fairly open. The Paranoia is not gonna connect towards Coast. And look at that. Fangs, once again, displaying exemplary patience, are gonna start backing off, and everyone from the side of Enigma is also gonna go the way towards A. This time around, though, the side of Fangs, they slowed things down a little bit. Just taking a chill pill, taking a breather, waiting for the fight to come to them instead of trying to go up aggressively anywhere.
Yeah, it's a double fake. And Enigma probably expecting them to come towards A, but soon they will realize that is not the case. They have maximum amount of map control. They've got C long covered. They've got A covered, but B is wide open.
30 seconds left.
They should be able to plant the bomb. It's a 4 versus 3. But because most of them are gonna come in from the window and the mid main area, they will never expect all of them to be there. Surely they will expect one or
Spike
two people to
planted.
come in from A-link or C-link, but not all of them from behind. But yeah, that's basically the element of surprise that probably might work for Enigma.
Yeah, this one's gonna be a bit of a hard one for the side of Team Enigma. The Omen actually keeping away to the other side now. And all of the players coming in from B. This one's gonna be an easy one, hopefully. Godmix, he's gonna find the first kill. He's gonna find the second one as well. Maverick is the only one still standing. Well, he does actually have his friends to help him out, but yeah, it looks like Enigma not gonna be able to retake the side. Great defense coming in here from Fangs, being able to hold on to that side there.
And I have only one person to give credit to for this entire round. That's gonna be Smokey. So here's the thing: you will expect one or the other person to come in from mid window as a backstab. You probably might expect the rest of them to come from A-link or C-link or something like that. But what Smokey did, he put down a recon dart deep into the A-link area, and he realized that nobody's over there. So what Fangs were able to do, they went all the way into A-link and defended the bomb from that position. And at that point, they were aware about the fact that, okay, maybe there's a small possibility there will be multiple people on the backstab, and that's how they were able to defend it. Good stuff by them, great way to gather information, and Smokey is just doing so much for his team.
Yeah, so Epic is being really put to good work here. And again, it's going to be a C hit by them. The flash is going to blind everyone. Hiccup with just a sheriff in his hand is going to try to stop it, but is instead going to relegate the control of the side towards Fangs. Maverick quite low. And it's going to be a bit of a turnaround, but I think that the sound that was made from Cypher is going to give the plan up, and Fangs, they should be able to pick this one up. If they don't lose any player, they're going to be quite happy, but Rexy is going to find Cactus, but that's all he's going to find. The attackers going to win this round. Fangs, once again, posting up another round on board, almost evening up the score. It's 8-9 so far, and I think the side of Enigma, they have a buy over here. But the question is, can they find this round? Well, with the operator on the jet, they have a very good chance to. But
Is this the first time that Enigma are picking up an op?
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be a bit of a tactical timeout here to see exactly, you know, what is it that they want to do with this particular round. I think it was called by Fangs. So Fangs deciding to maybe change things up over here. Maybe one of their internet's lagging. We'll never know. But so far the op is towards C, and I like this approach by the side of Enigma. They've seen the side of Team Fangs commit heavily towards the C side in the past. They know they can just hold on to A with some smokes and some flashes. That's what the Omen's there for. And along with the SOA, they should have all the info in the world to work with to know if there's going to be an A hit. It almost likely is never a B hit. I've literally never seen Enigma push up towards B, so they're not really worried about that side. And that tripwire, it's going to do all the work that's necessary for the side of Team.
Yeah, so Fangs have only hit the B side once, and that too was like a mid-round decision. It was never their plan A, right? So yeah, they are comfortable with leaving B open. They still will have the Cypher utility placed over there in case they do decide to commit towards the B side, but they are most likely going to be focusing heavily on the A and C side, the extremities of the map. Let's see if it pays off for them. It is a risk, but it's a risk that they're going to have to take.
Yep. And this time around, the Cypher, he's not going to repeat the same mistake. He's going to be posted up towards that garage. Though there's not a tripwire, there definitely is a camera to make sure they catch anyone coming in towards that area. It's going to be 2 people playing garage, in fact. If you count the jet, that's almost 3. So a lot of presence towards garage here from the side of Team Enigma. 4 ultimates available on each side as well. We'll see if they want to use it. So far, though, easily using it. The raise gonna spot out Raw Fuel. Raw Fuel's gonna die. Showstopper. Well, everyone's gonna start running and giving up control of the side. But God, Vexy choosing not to do that. The Showstopper completely whiffed over there, but Fangs was able to find him anyway. And now Hicka, he's popped his ultimate. He's looking to find players. Cactus is gonna be able to find one. The Cypher, he's gonna know exactly where everyone on the side of Team Enigma is. And look at that, Hicka is gonna be able to find one through the smoke anyway. Not a lot of HP remaining. He's gonna try to heat up with the help of the firewall. 2 flashes still in his kit. Let's see how he uses it. Well, in fact, they're gonna choose to save over here. At least the jet is only an operator in hand. And yeah, Hicka is gonna join his friend instead. No reason to just go out and squander your lives away and give up the operator.
Well, Fangs, they played patiently this time around. It's not like they had a lot of presence on the map, but they slowly crept up A. And Enigma were a bit about the fact that they can come over here. It's just that they didn't call the rotations in time. When the rotations did come in, it was already a bit too late. So Fangs sort of went for this burst approach. Like, they didn't have too much map control on mid, not a lot of presence shown on C. They had like one person present over there, and then he also fell back and came towards A later on. But
Mhm.
the moment they realized, okay, Enigma know now, so they just full send it in. They went for the burst, and it worked.
Yeah. Well, Uh, this is gonna be a bit of a weird one for the side of Team Enigma. They're not gonna have a full buy, but they will have an operator and a rifle to work with that they saved from the previous rounds. Light shields for the most of them, and a Spectre in the hands of Raw Fuel. This should be a bit of an easy round for the side of Team Fangs over here, as long as they don't give up any early kills. Ika playing this garage area, and this is the round where they decide to push B. Crips, I love this. So they do decide to push B eventually. They just no, they don't like the idea of not having any presence there. Oh man, raw fuel. That was so much HP lost. Thanks to that grenade drop by Raze there.
Uh-oh, uh-oh. The one round they did not expect them to come towards the B side. That's exactly when they full send it in. They're just using so much utility to keep Enigma off the side, but the spike, it's down. They haven't really planted it yet, and this might just be the silver lining that Enigma have been looking for. Oh no, Hika is able to get the kill onto Kohli as well. They get into the site, but at what cost? They aren't doing anything after that control, and it's just B2. You won't be able to do much. Hiccup picking up 4 kills this round to shut them down. It was such a brutal one too. Enigma knew that if they give up the site, they can still hold on to it as long as they keep getting the kills. And because the spike was down, that's like the first player they killed.
Yeah.
Because it was down, they had to commit so much utility to just keep Enigma off the site, and that just boiled down so much time.
I mean, this is once again the difference between having something like a Cypher and a Killjoy or a Sage, right? You can block off one side on that B side. You can make sure that at least you don't have to worry about one angle. With the Cypher, it's sort of hard to do that same thing. Utility is not directly stopping the enemy from pushing in, as the case is with Killjoy and Sage. But now it's going to be a bit of a different approach from the side of Team Fangs. They're going to revert back towards their A pushes, and once again, Enigma boarding a page out of Fangs' books and giving up that A control completely, instead opting for the retake. The drone is going to go in from the side of Fangs. It's going to see that there's absolutely no one posted up towards CT, but Hika does have presence towards Heaven, and bomb is going to go down. 5v5 retake, Chris. This one's going to be very interesting. Well, Raw Fuel has the Dark Cover in his hands. He's going to throw it out towards one area, and Hika, there you go, there's the ultimate being popped. The Paranoia though, to counter that, A is going to come through. Hika still going to the side to try and find information. He's not going to find anything. The Smokey will find one kill, and Kohli is going to get taken. He's going to take down Raw Fuel. Just a 2v5 now. This is not the way Team Enigma were hoping this would go. And just like that, it's just going to be Hika remaining. Man, this has just happened to them so many times, where they give up control of a side, they try to retake it, but the side of Team Enigma are able to defend. Hika, can he find the second? No, he cannot. Cactus takes him out.
And with that, the scores are tied up at 10-10. It was such a good burst out of them too. Enigma were prepared for it. They were ready to get into the site on the back of Hika's ultimate. But the moment he popped it, the Hunter's Fury came through, and he aimed it directly at the CT entrance. That meant that there was just so much chaos and confusion in the Enigma camp. They were trying to dodge so many ultimates, so many utilities, that in the process of dodging all of them, they had just no bandwidth in their brains left to fight. And that's how Cactus was able to... that's how Fangs was able to win this round.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised with the decision to give up A completely. I mean, I understand that there are only 2 players there, but A is one of those sites where you can actually have multiple players and holding different angles. Just making sure that the attackers are never able to enter, compared to something like the B side of Garage. Raw Fuels can show his presence towards Garage. Well, that little patch thrown out by 1 kills. Hika's able to find 2. But Kohli now with the showstopper looking to turn the tides, but he's going to get back by Raw Fuel, and Ghost is also going to find 1 kill towards Maverick. This round has been completely turned on its head thanks to Hika's great one-shots, but maybe B2 can bring this one back. Well, second sheriff shot narrowly missing B2's head. He's still lucky to be alive. But is he going to be alive for much longer? I don't think the answer is yes.
The spike at least is dropped in a safe place, so that's like the least thing going in his favor. At least he can pick up the spike, go somewhere else. He's got 40 seconds as well, plenty of time to work around. He knows that nobody has pushed up A yet. Most of them will be still towards C. But he's probably expecting them to leave and go towards the other part of the map or something. They should have expected
30
them, but
seconds left.
now he's going to put down that type of kid so that he can at least move in safely. Nah, he knows. He knows there's just way too many people over here. He's probably just going to give it up and go for the save. Maybe he can get the spike down if he just rushes towards the other side, but I don't think there's enough time for that as well.
Yeah, he doesn't have enough time to go towards A either. He's instead
10 seconds left.
just gonna stay at outside B. Make sure that he's able to find some kills. The footsteps in garage should give up a few things here and there. He's gonna tell him how many players are there.
Thrifty.
So, Al has been spotted. Spamming through the box, not able to find anyone. He's gonna drop that final side cage to try and protect himself. He's gonna stay alive. He's gonna save the Vandal into the next round, but that's gonna be about it for Fangs. 11 rounds on the board now for the side of Team Enigma. Can they find the next one and put themselves on match point? To that
It was a
performance,
very
yes.
It was a very iffy round to win too. It was mostly on the back of Hika's heroics. Those two crispy 1-digs, yeah, I think that's basically what I would say won them the round, because Fangs had committed plenty of ultimates in this one as well. We had Kohli rushing in with his showstopper, and somehow he was taken down by Raw Fuel. So that was unexpected. And then even Hika landing those cheeky one taps with the sheriffs from a very awkward angle, even that was unexpected. So yeah, I would say that Enigma won this round purely on the basis of aim and individual firepower, and on the basis of a well-timed rotation as well. They were able to get into the garage and C side before Team Fangs was able to get too deep. And they knew that Fangs wouldn't go for a fake in this round, because whenever they go for a fake, it's usually towards A or C, never really towards the mid parts of the map. So this has happened twice in a row now. Fangs tried to hit B once directly, they failed. They tried to hit Garage once directly, they failed. The only time a B rush has been successful for Team Fangs has been in a mid-round situation, not when they, have it as a plan right from the start.
Yeah, and this is sort of the thing about Haven, right? That mid B bomb site is just so easy to retake for the defenders. I mean, there's not a lot of good option that the offense has to post up some crossfires. That site is very small. There's not a lot of room to work with over there unless you have something like Jet and Noman, which they actually do. So I'm surprised that they were able to give up site control so easily. Maybe they can boost a couple of players up on towards those boxes, have them hold those angles. Those are somewhat unexpected, right? So maybe if they actually held those, they could have continued to hold on to the site. But hey, sometimes bad things happen. Just like last round, Hika being able to find 2 kills with that sheriff.
Yeah, you wouldn't expect that, right?
Yeah.
Nobody would have seen that coming.
And it kind of sucks for them because I mean that wasn't a buy round for the side of Team Enigma. It's just a free round that's been picked up for them. So this is gonna change the economic balance, gonna even things out over here. And in fact, Fangs are now on the back foot. If you look at the money on the side of Team Enigma, they're the ones who have a lot of cash in the bank, a lot of compound interest, a lot of money being accumulated. And even if they lose this one, they should have a strong buy going into the next one. Maybe some of the players have to work with Bulldogs or Spectres, but hey, it's it's still better than not having anything at all. It's still better than just having sheriffs and light shields and utility.
True. And more than the weapons, they have 3 ultimates ready as well. 2 of those ultimates can be extremely round changing. You have the Hunter's Fury available, which means if Enigma are able to get the bomb I'm sorry, not Enigma. If Fangs try to get the bomb down, Enigma can stop them from planting. The Hunter's Fury can do that for them. They also have another ultimate available in the form of Badman, which means if they're able to get the opening pick, Badman can reveal all their secrets.
Yeah.
Another ultimate available in the form of from the shadows as well, but that's not as impactful as the Sova or the Cypher ultimate. Both of those are really round changing.
I feel like the Omen ult is probably the hardest to use, right? Because it just involves so much guesswork, and even after you use it, it's basically a global announcement that, hey guys, I've TP'd somewhere on the map. Please come find and kill me. It's yeah, it's one of those things. So I guess it's best used just to find some information and see exactly where it is that all these teams are posted up. But even when you do that, the way the Dark Shadow works is that you don't have a lot of vision at the start. As the Dark Shadow is channeling is when you start getting more and more vision. So you can be taken out pretty quickly if you teleport anywhere. For example, if say I think it is Raw Fuel. Yeah, if Raw Fuel was about to use Dark Shadows directly towards A main or outside A, he'd be spotted. His head would be blown clean off. At least the Shadow's head would be blown clean off, and he would have very little information. Probably just the info that there's one person outside A main. That's not a lot to work with.
Yeah, so, the best I guess the best that they can use it for is like a quick rotation rather than an aggressive flank. That's probably what they can use it for. That's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the tactical timeout, it's going to be called off. We are ready to rumble once again. This time we have Badman putting up his trap fires on Garage and B entrance respectively. Meanwhile, on the attacking side, a trip fire has been put down at the end of the C-long corridor. Nothing really towards A-long. So that's going to be interesting. We already have, I believe, Hiccup prepared. Oh my god, what? God,
What?
Vexi's going for the Hunter's Fury right at the start. He gets Fangs as well. He gets B2. Wow, okay, that was unexpected.
That was absolutely nuts. How the hell did he manage that? That's what I'm wondering. There's no way he should have been able to find it, but he finds it right at the start. Raw Fuel, he's going to find a grenade at his feet. He's going to take away some of his life points, but he still has enough to work with. Kohli gonna try to hold on. Once again, it's gonna be a retake from the side of Fangs. It hasn't worked in the past, and this time around, Enigma, they have 5 players to make this happen. If you count the Phoenix Ultimate, that's 6. And yeah, the information has been relayed over to the side of Enigma. Kohli, though, is actually putting an end to this push, evening things out here. It's going to be a 3v3, as good as it gets for the side of Team Fangs. Sova completely flashed out here by Hicka. And Maverick is going to find Godmix where the trade's going to be there. Raw Fuel is going to make sure that they have a man advantage over, though. The Phoenix is going to be taken out over here. Cactus, quick on the trigger, is going to find 1 kill. The bomb has been planted. Oh no, the fake out comes from Raw Fuel, but the bullets don't connect. There's still 2 HP remaining, and Cactus clutches it out like a master. How the hell did he survive that? That's insane. 2 HP.
I know. Those were like 2 different players that should have been able to kill him. That flash by Hicka, it connected onto Cactus. He was able to preemptively fire onto Hicka's head and then dash back to safety, use the Cloud Burst as extra insurance policy. And after that, even though Raw Fuel had put down the dark cover against him, he just updrafted like a goddamn madman. How?
Yeah,
that was a very risky thing to do. He should have died right there, but he survived on 2 HP.
Yeah, I think the reason he did that was because he knew that Raw Fuel was low. He knew from the comms that Raw Fuel's HP is very low. He's like, you know what? Pistol accuracy is decent while I'm mid-air. I'm just going to jump in and try to prevent this plant from going through. If he used the alt-fire from the Classic, that could have actually worked. But he wasn't able to find Raw Fuel tapping Spike Use instead on the other side. Still works out for him in the end, though, so not the end of the world.
Yeah, it still works out for him. And in such a crucial round too, both the teams are now tied at 11-11. Enigma should have had that retake in the bag if it wasn't for Cactus's heroics.
Yeah, and I have to say, Cactus, he made that look a little bit... I'd say if I was on his team, no. I'd say I'd had a bit of a heart attack just watching that.
Yeah, I did. I know I did. Like a thorn in the side of Enigma, Cactus continues to clutch out rounds for his team. This time though, Enigma are like, nah, we are not having any of this. We know what you're gonna do. Fangs are trying to get towards the A side right at the start. They've committed the boom bot over there. They forced out Raw Fuel to use his dark cover. And yeah, they're just buying time. They're just making sure that Enigma run out of utility so that in the actual assault, when Fangs do it, it's gonna be much easier.
Yeah, but
look at that. They baited out the dark covers. They baited out the shock darts. Even the drone has been used up. Wexy has his recon out available once again, but if he does use that, yeah, he finds some information. All right. At least Enigma have a little bit going in their favor. They know something about this team. That's why 3 players are already prepared over here. Raw Fuel gets traded out immediately, but that's okay because God Wexy and Hiccup can still make this work. But the shock darts are just so painful.
Here.
And now Fangs are gonna fall back. Here comes from the shadows. Maverick, he lets him come there. It was an omen bait. Ghost did not reveal his position. He knew that Maverick would teleport into that corner, and he let him do so to kill him.
Yeah, and once again, it's going to be a B-take from the side of Team Fangs. Can they make it work? That's the question. They made it work last time, but it was by the skin of their teeth. They need to try and do this one a little bit cleaner. Like 3v4 is not going to make things any easier. Batman posted up over there. Is going to be quickly taken out by B2 as soon as the Cloud Burst fades. And look at that great arrow by the side of Team Fangs. They're able to spot out both players on the side of Team Enigma. And Cactus is going to put a bullet in Vexy and Hicka's head. It's just going to be Ghost remaining all by himself. Drop the operator, Vandal in his hands, trying to isolate these 1v1s. But he's just going to take the op and run away. No one to chase him.
Yeah, that might change if he fires one shot. Yep, now they know there's an op. They definitely don't want Ghost to try and move forward into the next round. So they are trying to hunt him down. B2 all the way from CT will be able to catch him off guard.
Yeah, that was Great play by the side of Team Fangs. They're making sure that the operator does
Match
not go
point.
into the next round is a very, very important thing. Because if you look at the money on the side of Team Enigma now, they don't have money for an op. Hell, they don't even have money for a good buy over here. They're going to be scraping together Spectres, a Phantom, Light Shields, and running short on utility at best. This is not looking good for them.
Yep. Can you believe it? At one point, Enigma were leading
This
6
goes
0
here.
and now
Uh,
Fangs are the ones who are at match point. What a
yeah,
comeback.
what a comeback indeed. I mean, they're able to string together a couple of rounds on defense, and their offense is
Cage
so,
triggered.
so strong, man. Cypher always watching the backstab, and
Ah.
now Enigma borrowing the page out of Fangs' book and pushing up B mid.
Yeah,
Well,
and this might just surprise them because Enigma have never done this before. They're gonna fall back, so yeah, I thought they probably might go for a backstab from the mid window already, but that's not gonna happen. They're gonna just have their players rotate towards the A side very, very quickly because they hear too many utilities being committed over here. The drone, the boombot, everything's being thrown down. Fangs have made it very clear that they're hitting A. But the rotation's already here. There's 4 people ready to defend this. Will Fangs fall back?
yeah, that's the big question. I mean, if you look at the money, it makes sense for the side of Fangs to fall back and try and hit another side, but the Cypher does have his traps towards Garage and a camera towards C, so he's going to see it coming. B
Hmm.
side also is where the side of Team Fangs have where the side of Team Enigma have a presence. But look at Fangs; they've actually not even left A, and in fact, looks like Enigma have outplayed themselves. They've made their way towards C. There's absolutely no one there, and Fangs are gonna find a side with just 3 people in there. Cactus gonna provide himself some cover with the smoke. Smokey is gonna find the first skill. The shock dart is gonna go through. Is gonna connect to the person on the side. No, it's not. Smokey is gonna be able to find the second one as well. A 5v3 now with the Cypher ult available on the side of Team Fangs. This is not looking good for Enigma. Maybe Hika can do something, but he only has 100 HP and a flash to work with.
Oh no, the Hunter's Fury once again towards CT base. It's gonna cause so much disruption. It's gonna delay the Enigma push, but Hika, great shots by him.
Attackers
Unfortunately, it
win.
isn't enough. Team Fangs with a wonderful retake. What a wonderful comeback. They're able to get back into this whole match after being down 6-0.
Yeah, that was a nuts comeback from the side of Team Fangs, keeping their composure through the games. You know, you could see at the start they were a little hesitant, but now after they got all, after they were able to put up that one round on defense, they started stringing together a couple of more. And as soon as they switched towards offense, it was very, very easy for them to start mounting a comeback. Great stuff for the side of Team Fangs. You know, we expected them to roll over and die, but it looks like it's not going to happen just so easily.
Oh no,
There's
no, no.
there's still a
They
set
don't.
remaining in the mix, script still.
Yeah, there's still a Sand, there's still Icebox left, and if if Fangs can mount a comeback like that from 6-0 to 12-13, yeah, they're not gonna roll over and die, Floki. They are zombies. They cannot be killed. No matter how much you beat them, no matter how much you batter them, their will
Yeah.
remains unbroken, unshattered, and they are able to mount a comeback like that. So many times, there were certain patterns that I noticed in the playstyle of Team Fangs. Like in that last round, they outplayed themselves. Enigma
Yeah.
outplayed themselves. They had a rotation ready. They had 4 players committed to the A side. They knew that Fangs is gonna hit it. But then Fangs hit the S button for a couple of seconds, and Enigma think, oh wait, they're gonna fall back. They're gonna hit another side, and that's when Fangs decided to strike the A side. They did not fake it. They just
Yeah.
waited. A little bit of patience. That's all that was required, and it worked out. And
I mean,
another thing,
yeah,
I have to point out the very different playstyles of both the Sovas. We have God Bexy, who saves his ultimate mostly for the post plants, but then there was this one round where Bexy was able to get an early kill onto P2. He uses Hunter's Fury right at the start. That's when, at the very start of the round, that's when he was able to get those kills. Yeah.
yep,
Another way how the enemy Sova uses his ultimate, we saw him use that ultimate towards the A side, and he especially pointed it towards the CT entrance so that he could delay the
yep,
retake. And that's
push, yeah,
basically what was buying them so much time. And it was causing so much disruption for Team Enigma to go in for that A retake.
yeah, and Team Enigma, I think there were multiple times where they just completely gave up control of A, just played it for the retake, and it never worked out for them. A site on Haven is one of those sites that is kind of hard to retake. You know, there's really no good way to do it unless you're someone coming in from backstab, and for that you need to actually have a few opening frags, which they didn't. So
Yeah.
yeah, those A retakes never really worked out for them. But uh, I believe we should be moving on to map 2 in just a bit after these players have had a short break trips. Before we do though, I want to get your thoughts on Ascent. What do you think? What change-ups do you think we should be seeing coming in from these teams? Because I feel for the most part we should be seeing the same lineups, but maybe instead of going, the sentinel of choice should be Killjoy over Cypher. At least in my opinion, I feel like the amount of utility that Killjoy is able to offer you on Ascent, especially playing that B side, it's unparalleled.
I mean, at some point, it also boils down to the preference and the
Yep.
comfort of the players, right? I mean, some people are more comfortable with Killjoy, some people are more comfortable with Cypher. So that's not what I'm worried about. I mean, one thing is going to remain common across both these maps is that the SOA is going to be as important as ever, because there were so many instances where the SOA on Team Enigma was able to use his recon dart at just the right time, which gave them enough information to pick a player off through the smoke or something like that. So those timings were really, really good, especially on the side of Enigma. They didn't win the game, but that's a different story. At least they had their basics covered. Um, I believe in a map like Ascent, that's going to be even more relevant because there's not a lot of big brain play potential in Ascent, right? I mean, Ascent has like three, I'm sorry, Haven has three bomb sites, so you can still be a little tactical. Ascent is a little more puggish, and I believe that's when these trade frags and these timings of the attacks are going to be more relevant. So that's what it is going to boil down to. That's what I think.
Yeah, most certainly, and should be seeing all of these players just trying to come up with a slightly different approach. I'm guessing that Ascent is going to be one of those maps where these teams are going to start borrowing page out of the teams when playing in the Masters' book. I mean, we've seen many a times teams just give up that little pizza area towards Ascent and just play directly from the bomb site. So play towards the defender spawn, which is a
Mm-hmm.
very valid and a very justified approach. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
my question is like, how do you sort of counter that? How do you get mid control and have it mean something? I think it involves pushing defender spawn, because I don't see how else you're able to actually make use of having that mid control. Sure, you can hit the B side, but that's about all you can really do. You can't.
You
It does.
can you can have one player just if you do manage to take mid control. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like Dusty from CS:GO as well, right? Where you have like one player pushed up mid, and after you've taken mid control, even if you don't decide to do anything with it, just have one player stay over there, and then you can fall back and do whatever the hell you want. If that one player is present, if you know that you have someone you know giving you a little bit of information from that area, if you have eyes and ears over there, that really means so much, because then you can keep tabs on the enemy rotations, and if required, your player can move in for the backstab while you move in from somewhere else. So it really is, um, it really does boil down to that pit control and how effectively you can use it. There's no uh, right or wrong way for that, but I guess it really depends on how these teams adapt to each other. Like how this time Fangs were able to adapt to Enigma, so I think they might just be able to do it in the next map as well.
Yeah, let's hope so. And yeah, Ascent is one of those maps where we see a lot of those Odin shenanigans coming out, especially on the B side by Sova. So I'm hoping to see some of those plays come out from these players. Yeah, they
Yeah.
throw a recon dart, they see some players in B main, and the Odin comes out, and you get a few free kills.
Odin.
Yeah.
Odin. Well, we'll see if they decide to, pick up the Odins, or if they do something even worse, like I don't know, maybe five judges or something like that. Let's see if they have those in their mind. But for that, we're gonna have to wait a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna be right back after a short break with map number 2. Don't go anywhere.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Asus ROG Boss Fights in partnership with NVIDIA GeForce RTX. My name is Fluky. Joining me for this one is going to be Crips. Crips, we had a very interesting map one on Haven, a comeback mounted by Team Fangs from a 0-6 to a 12-11 finish. This is the second map. We're going to be moving on towards Ascent, and if the first map is any indication of what's to come, then I think need to be glued to our seats, and so do the viewers, because this one's going to be a very interesting and a very back and forth affair.
Yeah, back and forth is the word I would love to use over here because there were so many times where teams won rounds that they had no idea they were about to win. Batman was able to sneak into so many places which should not have happened, and both the Sovas were just very, very impactful for both of these teams. Now, in a map like Haven, all the strategic outplays are possible, but now we're going to be moving on to Ascent. That's a map that's a lot more reliant on timing. It's a lot more reliant on rotations, but the war of information is not as deadly in Ascent as it is in Haven. Let's take a look at the map V2 to see what exactly we're going to be having for the rest of the day. Haven already went in the favor of Team Fangs. We're going to be moving on to Ascent now. And if uh, Team Enigma win Ascent, then we're going to be moving on to Icebox, which is going to be our third map.
Yeah, Icebox is going to be the most interesting one of them all, right? Because Icebox, it is hated by everyone in their pubs, but it's a map that teams love to practice, and I'm sure teams are going to have some very, very interesting strats locked in because it's the least out of all the, it's the least like any of maps you've seen before. I mean, it's there's so much verticality to that map. It's just sort of unprecedented. You've never seen that.
Yeah, I mean, might be a little controversial when I say this, but Icebox does kind of give me a little bit of train vibes from CS:GO. Some people might
Oh
agree
yeah.
with me, some people might not. But let's forget about Icebox for now. We're only going to be going there if Enigma wins Ascent. Let's take a look at what Enigma is doing right now. On Ascent, they have yeah, they don't have anything changed. It's basically the same lineup again. The only difference is instead of going for a raise, Kohli has gone for Killjoy this time.
Yeah. So it's going to be okay, so Kohli instead choosing to go for the Killjoy. So this is what I was talking about, right? One team going for the Killjoy, the other going for the Cypher.
Hmm.
Uh, the last time I saw this happen was in the Valorant Masters, where I think FaZe was the one who picked up the Killjoy and hurled it towards the center on that B site. So let's see if the same thing's going to happen this time around, whether these guys have been watching those pro seasons and have been keeping up with the meta, or if they have something else in store for us here.
There's also some big changes that Fangs have made. It's not just Cypher being switched out for the Killjoy. It's a complete role reversal. We had B2 on the Cypher last time. This time, he's picked up a Reyna. So he's going for a duelist rather than a sentinel this time around. Whereas Kohli, who was the duelist last time, is sentinel. So yeah, they've switched up agents, they switched up players and roles. Let's see if that ends up working out for them or not.
Yeah, most certainly. I mean, Hika's going to be posted up very aggressively towards this B main area. You can just see the amount of presence that the side of Team Enigma have towards this B area. And look at that, Hika playing contact. He's going to find some damage towards Coast. Coast is going to dash towards the left side. He's completely trapped over here, but he's been able to find Cactus. Another flash is going to come through. Who's going to find him anyway? A great defense coming in from Enigma. This heavy commitment towards B has worked out for them. The alarm bot's going to be taken out. The Omen's providing some semblance of cover. The last flash is going to go through, and a flawless round coming in from the side of Team Enigma. Starting off strong on Ascent.
This is such a wonderful round to start things off with. And it's not like it was a big brain play or anything. No, this was just a battle of aim. Enigma, show them who's the boss. It is the ultimate boss fight, and Enigma, they really want to get there. They had 3 people posted on the B side, and even when they heard multiple footsteps of Team Fangs, even when they knew that all 5 of them were over there, they were like, nah, it's okay, we'll fight them.
Yep. And I mean, that's a lot of confidence on the side of Team Enigma. I mean, just to commit so many players at the same time towards B main, trying to push aggressively and get information. And look at that, this is going to work out for them because now they're going to know exactly what's happening. There's no one over here towards shot. They should have an idea that the entire side of Team Fangs is probably perched up outside A main or towards A shot. And guess what? The Sova is going to check that garden area for now. He's going to see that there's absolutely no one over here. And they should start holding on towards A right about now. Well, Batman, a lot of things on his shoulders. Well, Rocket in the meantime finding so many kills. Once more, a flawless round coming in from the side of Team Enigma. was an eco on the side of Team Fangs. So, we have to hold on to our horses here, but still a very good round nonetheless. And guess what? They can actually upgrade to rifles because almost all of them still have full shields.
Yeah, and raw fuel from the generators was able to spray all of them down. He knows all the tricks of the omen. So, this time we had him put one smoke in the center of the site. It's not like it's blocking any vision from heaven or anything, right? It is just there to block off the green box and a little bit of the heaven area, but you can still fight from generators, and that's how he was able to get so many kills. He knows each and every smoke and knows all the repercussions of it as well. But this time, the Fang Smoker, Smoke A, has been taken down. That just makes things so much harder. I believe that on Ascent, if you don't have a smoker alive, it just makes things so much more harder. And now Team Fangs are gonna have to go check every angle. They don't need to, they don't get to cut off any of these places. So yeah.
They can be very, very reliant on Soa to find them information with the Owl and the Recon Dart. So a lot of pressure on his shoulders to connect those two beautifully to see where people are posted up. Batman, he's going to be able to spot out the Soa towards B main, and now the rotation is going to start coming in. Maybe this time around, Enigma can use this against them and actually make their way towards A main. I see B2 already running towards that A main area, and yeah, this should be an A hit. Look at the Jet. Gonna be playing contact over here. Hicka. Not spot him out thanks to the beautiful smoke coming in from Cactus, but Cactus is so low and Rock is going to be able to take him out. And Hicka, his position was not expected. Goalie is going to be taken out as well, and Hicka will find B2 as well. Maverick, the only surviving member on the side of Team Fangs, is also going to be taken out. Once again, Team Enigma off to a very, very strong start here.
This has been the case basically since the last map. Enigma almost always managed to get a great start, but Team Fangs mount the comeback. The only difference is this time Enigma are on the defensive side first. Last time they were starting off as the attackers. So yeah, if they're able to put up a decent number of rounds in defense, then they should not have any problems going into the second half.
Yeah, they most certainly should not. And I mean, if they continue, putting up this great performance, they might just be able to get off to something like a 9-2 or like a 9-3 half or something of that sort. This is yeah, this does not look good so far for the side of Team Fangs. This round should definitely go in the bag for the side of Team Enigma. It's just going to be about economic damage. See how much of it can they do. If they get a spike down, it's a best case scenario, but with Ghosts off, shutting things down so quickly, it's unlikely to happen. Well, okay, Flash is going to go through, but quick on the trigger, he's going to be able to take out all three members towards Market. Nice headshot connection by Maverick, but at that distance, the Sheriff is not a one-hit headshot. Oh man, and Cypher survives by the skin of his teeth there.
This was a good round by Team Enigma. I kind of want to praise Team Fangs for just one thing over here. Because they know that it's an eco, because they don't have much to lose, they just decided to full send it in towards the mid area. They put down the dark cover deep into mid, and then they decided to fight Market. Their whole objective was not to win the round, but their objective was to basically see what the defensive setup of Enigma looks like and how they like to rotate. That's why they pushed up mid in their eco round. They didn't have much to lose anyway, but they were hoping to get information that they could use in the buy round.
Yep. I mean, so far Team Fangs still seem to be studying what Team Enigma is doing, and Team Enigma are just happy to pick up these rounds. But this is around the time that they start mounting a comeback, at least if last map was any indication. For the side of Enigma, though, they really need to win this map if they want to have a chance of making it to the grand finals, and earn the big bucks. I mean, if you end up being the loser, you still walk home with 25,000 cash, but hey, why go for 25 when you can go for 50, and why go for 50 when you can go for 1 lakh?
Yeah, lots of money at stake. Let's not forget that at 7 o'clock, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this match will face against Hydroflix team. And there's honor at stake because you're going to have to change your name if you lose. Now, wait, you know what? I think I should contact the management and figure out what is the terms of this name being changed, right? I mean, do you get to pick the name? Does the enemy pick the name for you? Does the audience pick the name for you? We don't know that yet. There's not enough information. I'll find that out for you guys. Let's make things a little interesting over here.
Yeah. I mean, I believe the name's going to be changed to, hey, I lost to X team, and, I think that's probably
something like that, yeah.
Yeah, it's probably the most, PG-13 thing I can think of, but maybe these players have something else in mind. Cypher, in the meantime, taking a selfie with all of his players.
Yep. Quick photo for the socials. Yeah, I mean, if you do win, this is the something that they'll probably end up posting on social media and saying, hey, yeah, that's what
Yeah.
we did.
I'm not sure if Cactus is gonna get his bullets. Okay, yeah, he did buy the op in this round, so yeah, he's gonna get those bullets back. But yeah, for a second I was confused because if you fire the if you have
Just
a weapon from a
rebuy.
previous round, and no, but if you have a weapon from a previous round and you fire it
Yeah,
in the
then you
next round
can't.
at the start, then you can't
Yeah,
replenish the ammo by buying it again. You end up buying a
yeah.
new rifle. So there's that.
Seems like you're speaking from experience.
Yes, I am. I actually just it wasn't as bad though because I only lost like one clip of ammo, and I realized that later that oh god damn it doesn't work this way. So
Okay.
I learned my lesson very cheap, but I hope these guys have also learned their lessons in a low stakes environment. You don't wanna D rank from gold to silver like me.
Maybe not. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Floki just admitted his rank on stream. Yep.
Yep.
Go ahead and
I mean, rank
do what
PK
you
is a
want with
thing.
that information.
I mean, I used to
Rank?
be plat 3, but yeah, I used to be plat 3, but then I stopped playing comp. It just didn't feel a lot of fun at the time.
It's
But
alright. You do not need to justify that. Oh my god! The off versus off battle, and it's Cactus who comes out on top. Ghost was very keen on peeking through that duck cover, and he paid the price for it. With the operator being down, that's a very expensive investment that you've just lost. And a very important player as well. Cactus has been one of the most important players for his team. And with him delivering again and again, I would just say that his stonks are going up. Hika inside of the duck cover, knowing that they might come towards shot anytime soon. But last time Hika was in that position, he played it a little patiently and they did not check for him. This time, they will be prepared. The curveball comes through, doesn't really flash anyone. But the recon on his smoke is going to force him to fall back, and he gets Maverick through the smoke. Good stuff like this. He also has Dropful available over here for backups, and the Reyna splashes are being completely irrelevant. He's able to get the back to Kohli. No, as soon as he walks into the smoke, P2 is prepared for him, and Smoke A also delivers. The ace site is more or less under control. They just need to get rid of Hika right now. The rest of the players are very far away, and Hika has been spotted. He's down to very low HP. Can probably put down the flame to get back to safety, but he's keen on fighting over here. And Cactus finally delivers.
yeah, God of X, he's just jumping in the air like, huh? Gives up his life there. That was very interesting. But yeah, I can't really blame him at that point. You know, it's a 1v3 situation. You're not probably going to be able to get anything at all. And they spotted Hika going towards that little booth behind Heaven. I'm not sure what that's called. I guess you could call it ticket booth in a way. I mean, it's that little corner towards Rafters. But yeah, that's very spammable and Hika goes down. So
Yeah.
unfortunate for Enigma. But this time, Fangs mounting a comeback rather sooner. It didn't take them 6 rounds. This time it only took them 4.
Yeah. Only took them 4 rounds, and this might just be the start. I mean,
Yeah.
they have enough weaponry to make it work. They have ultimates. Let's take a look. Nope. They only have 2 ultimates, and that's going to be Smokey and Cactus. But look at Hika. He's pushing up very aggressively. And I do not know how I feel about this. As soon as the duck cover fades, he might just be able to get one. But is he prepared for Hika? No, that it's good. And Hika is able to get that trade back to a 4v4. But in this process, they've lost control of a shot. They have Ghost available over here, but he's going to have to go beyond the duck cover to land his shots.
And yeah, Ghost is going to be in a bit of an awkward position here, but he does find the first kill and does not get traded out. Great stuff here by Enigma. Now that they have the man advantage, they just need to hold on to their horses and make sure they don't give up too many kills in the attempt to defend their sites. Now, Cactus still puts up towards shot, wondering what the hell to do. With no Omen on his team, he is in a bit of a precarious position here. Has no option but to press W. Hika is gonna find one shot with Cactus. Will reign supreme. Is actually able to connect to the wall there. And now, Coast, well, it's gonna be all down to him and his operator.
Yeah, but the recon dart, it doesn't reveal his position. They know that Ghost has an operator. He was last spotted towards Heaven. But that recon dart, it's probably going to sell the fake that they're still going towards A. They had a little presence shown towards mid, but they're still going to go back. So, yeah, it does seem to me that Fangs do not exactly know what they want to do. And because of this, they've only got 10 seconds left. Luckily, Ghost will not peek wide, and they will still be allowed to plant the bomb without any repercussions. But now he knows he's got at least one player trapped inside Generator. He peeks that angle, but Cactus wins that fight once again. It's the second time he's beat Ghost in the op versus op battle.
Yeah, and now they also know that there's at least one player towards Heaven. The recon wall is going to spot out at least one of them. Of course, Cactus Runner is going to be taken out, but B2 is there with the cover. The Reyna there to protect the spike is going to be able to find those 2 kills.
I was so worried about this round because Team Fang started to show presence towards mid after falling back from A shot when there's like what 20 something seconds left, and I was like, oh no, this could be a bad decision. But they circled back towards A shot, so that's what put my anxiety to rest a little bit. But yeah, you gotta admit that was a really close round. Fangs planted the bomb with like 10 seconds left, and if at that moment, if Ghost made like a big balls play, if he dashed in and hopefully just stopped the planter, they could have won the round. But of course, that's a very risky thing to do as well, right? So you would much rather play it safe. Team Fangs managed to win that round, but it's not like they've broken Enigma down. They still have a little bit of money left, at least for this one. They have enough money on Hika and Rawfield so that they can purchase in the next one as well. And look at that. 9 ultimates prepared. Only Batman is without an ultimate. So, yeah, if it's not going south, they will not hesitate pressing that X button.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a very interesting round, but the ultimates are something that it seems that regular pub players and special players have to see very, very different ideas about. They all seem to have a reason to use their utility. For example, many a times you've seen Team Enigma just use the Phoenix body double to get some information at the start, even if they don't find any kills. Just that information is worth using the ultimate for. I've rarely seen them use it to find some opening frags, at least on defense. Whereas in your pubs, even if you're a diamond, you're very likely to see the Phoenix just rushing out as soon as he has his ult. They're pushing, trying to get that first frag so you can have a man advantage, which isn't the worst use of the ult, but there are definitely better uses for it in a more coordinated environment.
Yeah, a well-timed ultimate can definitely work. Especially if you have saved it for the right moment. This time though, let's see what strats have Team Fangs saved up for us. And they're playing really passively this time. They're gonna send an owl drone down mid through the dark tunnel, not find anyone. And this enables them to get a little bit of information. But hold on, the Omen has teleported. And where is he? He just teleported back. Okay then.
Yeah, he didn't.
His ultimate didn't commit to it. Okay.
Yeah, A main. It was at A main to get some information. He saw no one there, so he just cancelled his ult. Don't want to be peeked by someone in winery there.
Alright. Fair enough to get the information. Let's see what they use it for. We have a very aggressive Jet holding with the op, but no, Ghost. He got deleted by B2 Fangs. And yeah, that's a great opening frag for Team Fangs over there. And that too towards B, a side which they do not plan on attacking. Godvexy seems to have a little idea about the position of the enemy. And he's aware that there might be someone over here. Can't get the kill, but luckily Rawfield is here for the trade. Back to a 3v4, and the ball is still in the court of Team Fangs. Now they're going to commit towards the B side, and Hika's let them pass. He can't defend it all by himself. The Omen teleports, this time a little closer towards CT spawn so that the rotation is a little faster. But that doesn't really work out in his favor. The rotation will still be held back by the Killjoy. It's going to buy them a little bit more time.
Yeah, I mean, this Killjoy ultimate's going to shave off a lot of seconds from the clock. Then they are thankfully able to find one nanoswarm grenade, so that's actually going to enable the retake a lot better. But with the Empress available on the Reyna, this is not going to be an easy one. As you just look at that, the first kill has been found. Cactus is going to find the second one. Hika is able to find one with the help of his ultimate. Can he find the second one? Killjoy? No, he can't. Still standing strong, but he's all by himself. The Reyna will take him out. He finds Smoke, but that's all he finds.
Good stuff there by Hika. Unfortunately, they let Hika pass, and that's when the paranoia was used to get the kill onto Badman. So it's like they baited Hika out and baited him into baiting his teammates, if that makes any sense. That's basically what happened over there.
Yeah, the Phoenix was a bit too keen on pushing W there. Hika was just like, I need to cover as much ground as possible. I need to go forward and try and get these kills, and that's opening for Batman to just get shot in the head.
Yeah, and it's not even Hika's fault. It's just Team Fangs using their utilities really well, and the timing. I keep saying timing again and again, and I know it's gonna start. It's gonna start sounding annoying in a bit, but that's just really what's been working for them. The Owl Drone this time to cover any angle. They do spot out the Jet. Oh no, here comes the Hunter's Fury. Go dodge.
Well, oh no, Cactus is going to eat a Hunter's Fury from his own teammate. It's actually going to put him down in terms of armor. He still has an operator in his hands. There's no one on site trying to be, so the plant is going to come through, but now the Hunter's Fury coming out from the defensive side. Is it going to be able to find anyone? No, not really. Everyone's still alive and healthy for the time being. Cactus, ooh, he's surprised by the skin of his teeth. A nice recon down. That's going to reveal everyone that's going to come in from the market side. Rawfield though, he's going to be able to find the first kill regardless. Smokey is going to go down. Cactus with the operator. 1 HP making things work. And Maverick actually able to find Batman through the smoke. Down to a 3v2, make that a 3v1 as B2 find the last kill. And Cat is going to clean up shop on Raw Fuel. Great stuff here by Team Fangs, taking 4 rounds in a row against Enigma's 4 rounds in a row.
Yeah, and that recon dart, it could have been even more disastrous, but somehow Enigma managed to cut their losses short. Unfortunately, even after surviving that initial skirmish, as soon as they tried to move in from lane 1, they were just prepared for them. It's like Team Fangs had turrets posted on the back of B, and once the turrets start going brr, there's no stopping them.
Yeah, and the greatest thing is the SOA is so good on the B side, especially in post-plant situations, because that recon bolt, it reveals pretty much every single thing that's happening near the boathouse. So yeah, they're not able to do much over here. Oh, Reyna is going to be able to spot out the jet and mark it, take the dismiss, go forward, try and find the second kill. The SOA is actually able to turn around, get 2 kills. God Wexy with the sheriff, making things happen. A man advantage, well, not a man advantage. It's going to be quickly taken back by Smokey, but still a 3v3 situation here. Can Team Enigma pull this off? They don't have the best buy in the world to work. Kohli, he's just waiting. Batman is going to be taken down, and now it's going to be the Omen and the Phoenix remaining over here. With Sheriffs in hand and a Spectre, they are not going to be able to try and retake this site.
Yeah, and there's just so much literally being dumped at them. They at least managed to cancel out Kohli with that flame ball, force him out into the open. They get that 1 kill, but time is running out. It's still a 2v2. They can secure his rifle.
One enemy
but they're gonna have to go and pick up aim battles against these two. And, he's done wonders for his team in the past, but this time he walks into Maverick's pre-fire.
Yeah, Maverick, great stuff there once again. Having control of this B site, and this is after... I mean, oh no, wait, never mind. Enigma's on the team with the Killjoy. It's actually Team Fangs. I was going to say that despite having the Killjoy, they're not able to defend B site, but that's not the case here. What I am curious about, though, is just how the hell are they just able to walk into B like that and get so much control? I mean, usually you don't see... That's a tiny... Am I the only one who noticed that knife in Maverick's hands? It was so tiny.
Huh?
Okay,
never mind. I don't really care about
diverted
skins
completely.
at this point. Yeah,
Yeah,
you went on a completely different tangent. I mean, I don't really care about skins at this point, but
It wasn't a
yeah,
skin, it was the default knife. It was just extremely tiny.
okay. I mean, luckily his brain is pretty big, so he can still win on the back of that. Yeah, but what I wanted to say over here was that they've been hitting this B side in a pretty standard fashion. It's nothing out of the ordinary. What makes it extraordinary is the way they hold on to it after they get the bomb plant done. So what they do is they play from the back of sites, which is, again, pretty standard, but the times at which they peak out are the times at which Enigma is at their most vulnerable. They're busy fighting players inside either the B main tunnels or someone in market, and that's when the players in the site actually peak out and they catch Enigma players off guard. So that's what's been working in their favor so far. Team Fangs, it's like a repetition of the last game. They had Enigma in the lead, and then they mount a comeback, and this time Fangs is starting to mount a comeback much faster. They've taken the lead in the first half itself. At least in Haven, they had the luxury of letting Enigma go to 8-4.
Yeah, well, the Odin Spam's gonna come through. Looks like the side of Fang were prepared for this. And Ghost, a little bit too aggressive peeking out over there. He's gonna eat a few bullets from B2, and B2 is more than happy to make sure that no one is really able to push out of that B main area from the side of Team Enigma. The Omen ult is going to come through. Winery is going to be cleared once again. I like the way the Omen is using ult. Maverick has used it twice to clear out that Winery area and just make sure that there's no one over there catching them off guard. So great stuff by him. He knows that they can push up A main a little bit if they want to, but does give them decent information as to the whereabouts of Team Enigma. And that's what's important.
And another thing I like from Team Fangs over here is that they're using the Omen Ultimate and not the SOA utilities, which is something that you would usually expect. You would usually expect the SOA to do that, but then they know the value of that recon target. It can be if it's well timed. This time, the peak is well timed. To get that trade, but Raw Fuel is able to get B2 back. Good stuff. They don't push through the dark cover. Cactus finally does, and now they've taken control of the east side. But as soon as I say that, the people inside 3 are keen on fighting. The door's gonna get close to that they won't be able to do much. Maverick gets to the side in the nick of time, but there's only 15 seconds left. He needs to go for the plant, and because of this, they're running in a very unorthodox spot. Hika drops down, deletes Maverick, stops the spike from being planted, and he can still make sure that they get delayed. It does get planted in the end, but he knows he's got both of them cornered in the generators. A nice flame ball, which should allow him to drop down.
enemy
It actually
remaining.
creates a one-way for Smoke A. Good stuff by Hika over there. He knows that the jet is somewhere towards the generator or towards under heaven. But that dark cover, it's gonna make things so much more difficult for him. Now he has infinitely more angles to clear. Not enough information to do so.
Yeah. Hika. Well, he had to take a guess, and just doesn't work out for him. So 6 rounds on the board for Team Fangs. This is looking absolutely ridiculous. Team Enigma just not able to hold on to their sights at all. Despite having the Cypher, it just seems that their sights are very, very vulnerable to what Team Fang is doing constantly. I mean, I haven't really seen them take mid-control as much. It seems to be the hallmark that's defining Fang. They just ignored that mid-control part for now. They're just going on to the sides. You know, using that Omen Ultimate to scout things out. Using that Killjoy to be posted up near that A main area on top of those boxes to see if anyone's pushing in. And it's worked out fantastically for them. Well, recon bolts going to be exchanged by both Sovas. They know exactly where each other are.
It tickles a little bit, the shock dart. But Loki, the moment you said that Team Fangs are not going for mid-control a lot, that's when they start doing it. And if this thought comes into your mind, it's gonna come into the minds of Team Enigma Gaming as well. They probably won't be aware about this, but God Mexi is prepared for B2. He gets the kill onto him. That's B main aggression shut down. They know that the rest of Team Fangs should be somewhere towards mid. And now they can start to go around them and corner them. Badman from heaven. He's making sure that nobody else can sneak into its spawn. And even Hika has picked up on Cactus. It's just down to Smoke A and Maverick. What can they do in this situation? They're trapped in mid. Luckily for them, there's no backstab coming in just yet. But they are challenging them. They're peeking them double, triple. And that's gonna leave Smoke A all by himself. Yeah, should be able to get the plant, but he's probably just gonna ignore the camera for now and just plant the spike. Get it in the ground, that's it.
Yeah, yeah, it's a very bad position for Smokey to be in. He's going to be taken out, but at least they get the bomb down, not the end of the boat for them. And the good thing that I like about Team Fangs, I'm actually going to go out on a limb and say this. I like the Killjoy over the Cypher on defense, so I'm guessing that they're going to be able to post up more rounds on defense. So 6 rounds on offense is, by any stretch of the imagination, not bad at all for the side of Team Fangs. But can they find this next round? I mean, that's really going to set the tempo for the upcoming few rounds. That's it's gonna make sure whether the side of Team Enigma have another buy round or will they have to have another eco round. If you're assuming the worst, of course.
Well, let's take a look at the money. Buy round for both the teams for now, but it does seem to me like Enigma have a little more money consistently. Like they have $5,000, almost $5,000 on Smoke A, but other than that, most of his teammates are just broke.
Yeah. No operators available on the side of Team Enigma. They're going to be working with their rifles. And Raw Fuel's going to be playing alone by himself near this A main side. Everyone else is perched up towards heaven and hell. So it's going to be down to him to find those first few opening frags. The Killjoy sentry is going to read as if they're playing generator. And Raw Fuel's going to take it out. Nice Nano Swarm for now to clear out gardens. There's no one there. Maverick's going to send off his little owl drone to see who is perched up where. Gonna relay the information that garden is clear, there's no one there. So now the push comes through. Smoke A. Gonna smoke off garden. Actually start pushing his own smoke over here. Batman may not expect this, Grips. Well, nice. Omen Ultimate by Raw Fuel to just scare
multiple people.
Yeah.
But they're running out of time, and finally Smoking makes this play work. He's been sneaking into that area for so long, and now that Heaven's been cleared, he doesn't need to worry about Raw Fuel. But no, Enigma, they are so good on their defense. Raw Fuel and Ghost hold it down, and they've delayed the plant so much. And now comes the Hunter's Fury. That's going to delay things even further. He picks up Maverick. It's all down to the Killjoy. A 1v1. God Vexi versus Coley. The fake plant comes through. He's actually holding this angle. Now he's gonna have to stick it. And the recon dot, he's actually gonna retain his position. He's cornered here, and Quadvex, played it to perfection.
Yeah, Coley getting a bit too overeager. They're trying to fake him out so he could catch him off guard. But the Sova, nerves of steel as he's able to put up the second round. And
switching sides.
It's gonna be an even 6-6 for the side of Team Enigma over here. And now is the question. How good is Team Fangs' defense? Well, you've already had my opinion, Crips. I'm curious to know what yours is.
So, I only noticed that Fangs were going towards mid
Mhm.
twice, like once in an eco round to gather information, and then the second last round, like in a Hail Mary attempt. But I haven't really seen them abuse mid. Yeah, they've been abusing a shot, but not really mid market a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's something that I have noticed so far. And my opinion is that Enigma, if they can, you know, get control in a way that Fangs were not doing so, then they will have a much better time. Beacon Dot gets destroyed, but that's gonna reveal the position of at least 2 or 3 players. So no, they know that it's most likely gonna be an A push. B2 holding the binary area very, very patiently. Doesn't have any trading potential if he does get spotted. He's
Yeah.
probably gonna have to dismiss his way into the site and hope that nobody follows him over there. And hope that he does. And that's exactly what happens. He's able to catch Ghost off guard, falls back to safety. Good stuff. And
Yeah.
now he has backup over there as well, in case they decide to push further. Still a 4 versus 4, plenty of time left on the clock. And they realize that Fangs are not pushing B. So
Yeah.
that's why Enigma are like, okay, they haven't really given up too much information. Let's just try and hit B now and have Batman sneak up mid. But he's gonna get revealed by the alarm bot.
Mhm. Well, let's see how strong the KJ hypothesis was. For the time being, it's just going to be Hika showing his presence towards B main. But they're instantly going to back off, hoping to fake them out over here. But look at this,
Yeah.
Team Fangs are not budging. And once again, B2 in a great position here to take
30
out
seconds
Batman. They
left.
might not expect this. And Maverick,
Oh
oh, he
no.
might just catch him off guard. And he does. Maverick is going to be able to find Batman. Batman whiffing on the ghost shots there. Raw Fuel going to start making his way towards A main. They need to start making their moves, and they are going to. Raw Fuel is going to try to find one, but he's not going to find
Strike
anything. In
down
fact, the only
A.
thing he finds is a bullet in his brain. Okay.
10 seconds left.
Well, he's opened things up for his team. The spike's gonna go down, and I'm not too sure what Enigma can do here. The flash is gonna prevent the push from coming in, but B2 once again, shots on the money. Maverick is gonna be able to take him out, God Vexy, and yeah, just like that, Team Fangs are able to win the pistol round. Very important stuff for them, because winning the pistol means they have the tempo in their favor for the next round, and this is where things could start snowballing out of control.
Yeah. Team Enigma tried to go for a double fake out over there. Presence shown towards A, then they move towards B, but don't fully commit over there. They go back towards A shot and hope to get the bunt down in time. Even Badman did a pretty great job of getting control of A shot. Unfortunately, their plans of going towards the B side were ruined when he was revealed by that alarm bot. So he just stuck to A shot. He knew that at least he's
No
cleared up a little bit of
prisoners.
area over here for his team, so that they can come in from A main instead. And they did manage to at least get the bomb down, right? So, yeah, that's something going in the favor of Team Enigma. At least they're not completely flat out broke. All they need to do is cause a little bit of economic damage, and then they will have better weaponry than Fangs in the next round.
Oh, wow.
And Hika is able to get that kill onto Cactus. Good stuff over here by him. Getting the opening frag. Gonna get healed up as well. But look at the consequence. Because there's so many players positioned outside of A main, they've left good control, and they are very vulnerable to getting backstabbed.
Spike
Maverick is
down
only
A.
good for one, immediately traded out by Ghost, but that doesn't really matter, because the backstab is already on its
Spike
way, and they will
planted.
not be prepared for it. Not this soon.
Okay, he's made some noise, and B2's gonna reveal things. Well, the flash is not gonna be used, it's gonna be saved for another day. They're instead gonna wait patiently for the Killjoy to rotate in towards the side. But guess who's there on heaven waiting for him? Well, Ghost
Last
is actually gonna be
player
able to find
standing.
B2, and looks like Enigma have actually completely turned things around with the sheriffs in hand. Well, I mean, if you can hit your headshots, I guess not much else matters. Smokey gonna try to pull this one back, doesn't have a lot of time, and a 1v2, very doable over here, but look at that, there's no way they're giving him any room to work
One
with.
enemy remaining.
He's gonna find the Omen, but Batman's gonna be there to trade him out. Just like that, Enigma are able to post a another round for themselves as a comeback right after losing the pistol. And this is gonna swing the economy heavily in their favor. They should have enough money to get themselves rifles if they want to, upgrade it to those, or continue using their SMGs. And guess what? They are gonna upgrade to the Vandals. There's just one Spectre that I see in the hands of Batman, and that's about it.
Yeah. I mean, I already said that no matter what happens in this round, Enigma will have a much better buy than Fangs in the next one.
I will
But
find
what I meant by that, I kind of expected Enigma to have Vandals and Phantoms versus Spectres on Fangs. But now that they've win the round, it's even worse. Fangs are down to just pistols. The shock darts are going to force the other players off that area. But Cactus with a shorty, he's going to be able to deny the ultimate from Hika. Luckily, Ghost is here to trade on the back of him. So he's able to get those opening cracks onto the A side, and they are able to get control of it as well. They should be able to plant the spike without any problems.
Yep. And once again, Team Enigma able to establish control of the A side thanks to their
Spike
heroic
planted.
plays on the eco round after losing the pistol. Kohli, well, he's gonna try to go with his buddies, see if he can catch anyone retreating from A main. And I think Enigma should be well aware of this. This has already happened to them once. I don't think they're gonna let this happen a second time. They should just all go away towards CT. Let them say whatever the hell they want. I mean, I think them being alive is going to cause more economic damage than them dying. So, might actually be in their favor to have them live over here.
Ah, well, just a good old anti-eco. At least, Enigma don't lose a lot of players in this process. Enigma is able to get one in a very cheeky way as well.
Last player
Yeah, that's
standing.
alright. Thanks
Yeah.
for their lives, but the best part is Enigma are able to keep all their players alive. That's gonna be a lot of guns that they carry forward into the next round. A lot of money saved.
Yeah.
All that Fangs had to do was cause economic damage, and they failed that objective, which means Enigma can have the rest of the half their way.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to at least give them 2 rounds where they actually have rifles over here. They're only going to have to worry about losing the third one. So, Fangs, they have a lot of work ahead of them, but we've seen them climb mountains before, and this one, well, the way it's going, it's definitely a hill with a slight incline as of now, given the scoreline. Whether it's gonna turn into a mountain soon or not, we'll find out. Killjoy, oh no, Kohli, he didn't use a single nano swarm, but maybe his positioning can catch him off guard. How many can he find? Well, he just finds one, but Smokey is gonna be able to find the trade. And just like that, now that they found the trade, they can retreat and just wait for the defense to do its thing. Smokey surviving with a sliver of HP, but still there's a man advantage available. And look at the quick map control being taken over here by Fangs. They've actually pinched them completely outside this B main area over here.
Oh no, that's a lot of bleeding. Yeah. So
My
many angles
goodness.
to check, and that was a meat grinder that they walked into. Enigma basically trapped themselves, and Fangs knew exactly what they were about to do. They had a flurry of trades go on in B main, and as soon as Enigma realized that, oh wait, Fangs have probably stacked this area, let's just fall back before we lose too many players, Fangs were like, nope, even the exit's closed on you.
Yep. I mean, Kohli, he was a little bit eager over there. I didn't see him place a single nano swarm, but maybe that was part of the plan. You know, just save those into the next round, just be a little bit aggressive, have a slightly different approach, and now he's going to revert back to the default, deploying those 2 nano swarms at the entrance. And Cactus, he's going to try to get a peek early on towards A main, dodging the shock dart, but so ultimate is going to be used. It's going to force Ghost to go ahead. He's actually going to find a kill towards B2, and Cactus will find a trade, but Hika's there to trade him out in return. A man advantage secured from the side of Team Enigma. Can Smokey do something? He finds 1 kill, but ROG is there to quickly trade him out as well. Trade game on point by the side of Team Enigma, and now Maverick, along with his friend Kohli, caught in a 3v2. Can they make this happen? Killjoy, pretty much nothing to work with here except for 1 nano swarm, and maybe a sentry if he actually recalls it. He's called the alarm bot and the sentry. He's gonna have to wait a few seconds to use those, but the owl's gonna spot them out.
Yeah, but what are you gonna even use them for?
Placing
You can
alarm
basically
bot.
just place them
Out of
towards 3 to
charges.
make sure that you don't get backstabbed from
Last
heaven. But
player
that's about it.
standing.
You're still gonna have to go in and actually fight them. And Raw-Fuel's like, nah, you wanna fight me? Come on in. And this time Enigma bought a page straight out of Fangs' book. If Fangs were relying on their trade fracking to win the previous round and pinch them in, Enigma can do the same. They can also go ahead and just pick up these fights. And this was such a quick round. They just threw in a couple of flashes, dodged the Hunter's Fury, and then go. That's it.
Yeah, the W key was pressed, it was not
W
let go of, and they're just able to win the round on the back of that. Great trade fragging by the side of Team Enigma there. The question is, can they attack Killjoy's side? This is what I've been waiting to see. Let's see how good that Killjoy really is. The Jet is gonna use the ultimate. It's gonna be an eco round somewhat, or at least a half-life from the side of Team Fangs over here. The Killjoy is gonna find the first kill with the help of the Frenzy. Raw Fuel there to trade him out though. And now it's gonna be down to the Jet with knives in her hand to try and find these kills. The spike is gonna be planted way in the back. It's actually gonna be all the way towards back of the site. So let's see what exactly Team Enigma are able to do with this. Ghost just spamming through the boathouse wall, looking to find anyone over there. Cypher's tripwire is going to be spotted. That cage is going to be placed in a very good position over here. If he has a camera, he could reveal them. But guess what? God of Xyz's arrow. This is going to be so crucial. He's going to reveal 2 players. And just like that, Fangs don't feel comfortable pushing in. Ghost is going to be able to take out B2. No potential for the Reyna to try and make a comeback. Ghost is going to be able to take out Cactus. Okay, finds 1 kill, but it's going to be instantly faded out. And God of Xy is going to be able to get the return kill towards Maverick. Great stuff here by the side of Team Enigma. Able to just launch themselves into the Killjoy site and gain control of it regardless. Well, it was an eco round for the side of Team Fangs. Now that they have a bye, they can start taking this a little bit more seriously and try to hold on to that B side for a little bit longer. I mean, Cody did his job, he got that first kill, but pretty much after that point, it's...
there's not much you can do when there's 5 angry attackers just rushing at you, completely ignoring your setup, completely ignoring all your utility, just rushing right in. Maybe the operator might be able to stop them. Cactus misses the first shot, but that's okay. He's at least set up B2 for a great position. But B2's trapped over there. He gets burned to death. Even the 2 lures were not enough to save him. And because Hika picked up that kill, he now has his ultimate available. Pops it deep into A-Long, and he's gonna try to get into the site. Maverick is trapped in there. Hasn't really revealed himself, hiding inside the dark cover of the attacking Omen. They might just be able to catch him off guard, but Maverick does one better. Can he do something else? Yes, he can! He goes berserk! He gets 3 kills! And he had no business winning those fights! He single-handedly turned the whole round! Blinding. And now Fangs are in such a great position.
Planted.
It's only smoke A. But that was not supposed to happen. How on earth did it go wrong? How on earth is Smokey the only one alive? Maverick, he was supposed to have single-handedly cleared the round out for them, but still Enigma are at an advantage. And if that doesn't work for you, I don't know what will. It is a heartbreaking story, but at least Smokey has that dark cover available. He can smoke off A long and hopefully boil this 1v2 into 2 separate 1v1s. He's waiting for them to make a mistake, but they're not budging an inch.
This is going to be a very hard one for Smokey. Almost no time remaining. A great and a valiant attempt there by Maverick to try and hold on to the site, but that's all he could do. I mean, he got 3 kills, and that's more than what most people would have gotten in that situation.
Yeah.
But still, Fangs are not able to convert that. And now it's going to be an eco once again. Looks like the side of Fangs is going to be staring down the barrel of a 13-8 half over here, Crips.
Oh,
Man, that was...
I
yeah,
feel so bad for Maverick. Like,
Yeah.
First of all, he was not supposed to get those 3 kills, right? He was trapped over there. The moment he got that 1 kill, that's it. He should have died. He got 2 more, but still Enigma managed to win the round.
I mean, hey, what can I say, I mean, they're just really good at controlling the site. I mean, it was so sad, right? It all started off with B2 just being hot hands out of the winery area, and then Coast not being able to find the kill with the operator. Sorry, not Coast rather, but well, speaking of Coast, he's actually found himself 2 quick kills. 1 through the smoke, and Hika's gonna find the 3rd one. This defense is crumbling from the side of Team Fangs. And yeah, B2 is not gonna be able to find the headshot. Coast, he's just looking for eco frags. Well, there was an ambitious jump there by Cactus, but Coast is there to shut it down. And Cactus is the man I was talking about. Last round, he had the operator in his hand, didn't find the first kill, and yeah, they paid for it heavily. I mean, it ended up with B2 dying. You can't do the same trick twice. It will be punished, especially by the likes of Team Enigma.
Yeah, Team Enigma are starting to catch on. And at this point, Team Enigma, they are the ones who are leading. We've seen them in lead before, but Fangs have almost always managed to make a comeback. How about that? I gotta point this out though. The comeback in the previous game was on the back of getting map control. This time, Enigma are just pressing W. It's like since the last 3 rounds, all they've been doing is just fighting, and pushing. It's not like they go for mid control. They don't take any of their players and send them towards mid or have them put their utilities over there. No, it's just sites. This time, though, there might be something different. We have Badman going towards B, while the rest of his teammates are towards the A side. The shotguns are going to push the players off the A-long entrance, and that's okay for now. If Badman can make his presence felt towards the B side, that's going to keep Team Fangs in 2 minds.
Yep.
Because Enigma have been just rushing in the last 2-3 rounds, they probably are expecting that that Fangs will rotate early, expecting a full commitment. But that doesn't really happen this time around. And Enigma are taking their sweet time.
Yeah, they certainly are. And raw fuel, Well, he's going to be leading the charge for the side of Team Enigma over here. On the other side, Smokey, he tried to come onto the site and see if there's anyone pushing into B main, but he was just off by his timing slightly. Raw Fuel now. Gonna start with the setup, gonna smoke off market and CT. And that sentry is gonna tell them everything they need to know. The Jet gonna dash into the site and look at
What a play.
that. Oh man, Kohli, he was not able to find that kill. He's just turned his attention away and ends up being traded out by someone
I
else.
know
And now it's gonna be
exactly
a
where you
4v5
are.
for the Cypher. He's gonna find every single person on the side of Team Fangs, and Team Fangs got with their pants down. Not too sure what they can do here, Crips.
Maybe this ultimate can make something happen. It's gonna clear out the most standard angles towards the backup side, but little they know that they have attackers positioned inside B main as well, and that's two of them. So that's an impregnable crossfire to hold. So he's able to get two. This might just make things work. 3 versus 3 is still possible, but Batman gets denied as soon as he tries to peek. Hiccup has his ultimate ready, and God Vexy will be able to put the final nail in the coffin. Enigma are able to win Ascent. We are going to map number 3. We are going to the cold territory of Icebox.
Oh man, what an interesting performance here by Team Enigma. That Killjoy pick not really working out for them as well as they were hoping. Kohli not able to lock the sides down as well as he hoped he would. And yeah, Team Enigma just exploiting those loopholes time and time again. I mean, how many times did we see them just walk into B and just have no resistance
Yeah.
whatsoever? The single Killjoy setup towards B didn't really work out for them.
Yeah, but that's the best thing, right? They barely abused mid, and at one point
Mhm.
we had Enigma playing so aggressively that they were just rushing and rushing. And all of a sudden, when you have fed that misinformation to fans, when you prepared them for an inevitable rush, that's when Enigma just pumped the brakes. That's when they're like, nope, we're gonna take it slow, we're gonna mess with your minds. You might be able to control the sides, you might be able to, get the retakes going in your favor, but we control the pace of the round, and that's basically what went in the favor of Team Enigma this time.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the side of Team Fangs, they had a few good performances, able to mount a comeback in the attacking half, evening things out to end the half with, but then just not able to put up a good defense. And I guess Team Enigma, they're just the better team on Ascent. The way they were able to just constantly push out A main time and time again and punish the winery position for B2 was what really got my attention. They really did not let them have any
Mm,
control over that area. On the offense, Team Fangs were quite careful to check that and make sure that there's no one there with the Omen ultimates, but
yeah.
it seems that Team Enigma are also quite keen on not letting anyone have that winery control.
Yeah, and that's the one thing you pointed out over here is how meticulous they are, how careful they are, right?
Yep.
That's one of the key differences of both these teams. With Enigma, they were a little bit reckless on their attacking side. They were, uh, brute forcing their way into the sites. Whereas Fangs, on the other hand, were really, really careful. They were meticulous. Enigma even baited their own teammates a couple of times. Like we saw it in the last round, how the Jet dashed in and Kohli was focused so much on the Jet that the other players were able to kill them. Yeah, that kind of stuff, that kind of brute forcing your way into the site is what worked for Enigma. And they were not doing it all the time. They just fed that information to Fangs,
Yep.
hoping that they would be able to outplay themselves, which is something that Enigma ended up doing in the previous match. This time, Fangs made the same mistake.
Yeah, it seems that Team Fangs were a bit too eager this time around. Of course, Killjoy not really working out as well as I thought I would. So, well, that's it's
You do
unfortunate for them, but
you
they're
do
still.
have an Alhandi obsession with that character.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's really funny because I still haven't unlocked. Like my idea is to maybe get Yoru first. I'm more of a duelist guy myself. I like to fill in pubs, but hey,
Stop embarrassing
uh,
yourself. Stop embarrassing yourself, Loki, in public. This
I'm
is
not
okay.
embarrassing myself. I'm gonna admit it straight up. I'm gonna say what I truly am. Like I don't like Raze. I don't like Reyna. I'm the guy who only plays Phoenix as his duelist. I'm not even a Jet main, so I can say that proudly. But I know there are other players out there who play Jet, and let's just be honest, we've all
Yeah,
seen the clips of Jet having a full ultimate and being asked to revive a teammate. So we all know how much impact Jet has in your pubs. For now,
I
though,
mean,
Crips,
I
go
do
on.
I do want to speak about the Jet though.
Yeah.
Cactus did so much for his team, and not just in Ascent, he did it in the previous map as well. And this guy has been the backbone of his team, picking up kills every now and then. That too in situations where you would not expect him to get a kill. He's been the guy who gets into those unorthodox positions, gets a kill, falls back to safety. Oh yeah, that's something that Cactus has been doing well, and I just just have
Mhm.
to appreciate him a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, certainly both Jets having a really good performance over here, but at the end of the day, we're going to see who has a Jet difference when we see who wins Icebox. And to find that out, folks, you're going to have to stay tuned because we're going to cut to a very short break, but we'll be back with game number 3 on Icebox, so don't go anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Asus ROG, the ultimate boss fight in partnership with NVIDIA GeForce RTX. My name is Loki. Joining me for this one is going to be Crips. A 1-1 score so far between Team Fangs and Team Enigma. And looks like Team Enigma might be mounting a comeback over here. There's still one map remaining. There's still Icebox. Crips, it's your favorite map, so I want you to have full reign and tell me everything I need to know about this map.
All right, so if these guys start playing cheekily, like how Fangs has
Mhm.
been doing in Haven, there's a good chance that they might just be able to pick this up. But given the way how Enigma were able to brute force their way into Ascent, I might have changed my opinions. So at this point, Enigma have proven that they can, out aim them and out trade them. But then, will Fangs be able to play those cheeky stuff? Play those cheeky angles. Icebox is a map that allows for a lot of cheeky plays. It allows you to have those unorthodox angles and flank you from a million different directions. Let's see if that's actually possible this time around or not. Well, let's
Yeah.
jump right into the agent selection screen. We have a Sage in the hands of B2, probably going to be using
Ooh.
that wall to block off the tube area or something.
Mhm.
Cactus, of course, on Jet, he's been doing pretty well. Kohli goes for the Raze this time instead of a Sentinel. And yeah, they don't really have any information gathering Sentinel on the side of Fangs. They have Sage, but that's pretty much it. That I'm assuming is multi to lock down the tube area or any other area where you can get verticality.
Yeah, I feel like Icebox is one of those maps where it's somewhat easier to play mid. It's somewhat like Ascent in that nature, where you can just play mid from defender spawn. You don't really have to commit too heavily for that mid area. Sometimes that can end up backfiring. Maybe if you just let them get into the little container area from which you can walk up to. That
Mm-hmm.
that could be a little bit problematic, especially if your stage is not posted up there. But
Mm.
uh, at the same time, Icebox is one of those maps where if you just play mid a lot more defensively as the defense side, it can end up working out for you very very smoothly.
Yeah, all you need to do is make sure that nobody sneaks through. That's all that
Yeah,
you got to be careful about. So, in maps like these, is where Omen is really much more viable. So, if you can sneak into those spots across mid or under tube or into kitchen or something like that, that's going to be really impactful. So,
yeah.
yeah, mid control, even more essential this time around. Both the sides have picked up a Sage. The only difference is that Badman, he's picked up a Killjoy, and there's no information gathering Sentinel on the side of Fangs. They've gone for a Sova, an Omen, and a Jet, whereas the attackers, they have gone for a double duelist setup.
Well, this one's gonna be interesting, Crips, because I mean a double duelist setup compared to the single duelist approach on the side of Team Enigma. It's saying something at least. I still don't see
Hmm.
any flashes outside of the paranoia from Omen, so that's something that does concern me. But it just seems that teams don't prioritize flashes as much. I mean, and it's somewhat surprising for me because it
Hmm.
like for two maps in a row, Team Enigma did pick the Phoenix, so they did want to have that entry potential to just clear multiple places at once with flash. I mean, that's what
Yeah.
really flashes help you do, right? Like
Yeah,
if you
but
use the flash properly, you can just not worry about one corner and buy yourself some time to peek all the different areas.
because Icebox has way too many angles, how
Hmm.
much can a flash possibly do? Yeah, so
That is
that's
true.
probably one of the things they consider. That's why both these teams have picked up a Jet. I mean, of course, it is Jet's playground, and the way Jet uses her smokes in in a map like this is to block out certain angles which you might expect a crossfire region and then fight the other side. Oh my goodness, that's a very fast one. He dashes above the box, forcing Royful to fall back. He's gonna be like, nope, I cannot fight these guys. They're coming in a bit too fast. The rotation, it's not here yet. It's just gonna be up to Royful and Badman to hold on to this area for as long as they possibly can. They both get tacked up, they both get
Wow.
destroyed. Rofiel does take down one as he falls down, but that's not gonna stop the spike from being planted. No
Yeah, this
Spike
one.
backstab as
planted.
well. It's just them coming in from the mid-oranges areas and the CT base. So it's a standard retake, and most of the angles have already been shut down.
Yeah, this one's gonna be a bit of a hard retake here for the side of Team Enigma, with just 3 players remaining alive, and Smokey is gonna make that even more difficult with this pick on towards God of X. See the Sage just getting
Player
spammed
standing.
out from that box. B2 is gonna find the headshot, Sage diff, and Ghost gonna be left to his own devices. Ray is gonna go in, put 3 bullets in her chest, and Ghost is gonna go down. 4 players still standing strong for the side of Team Fangs. Not sure if that translates into not buying armor, but if it does, hey, good for them. More money in the bank.
Yeah, they'll probably just go for the heavy armors and specters in this particular round, but that was really, really good. Sova was just so impactful in this round, and I've been saying it again and again. Maverick, his timing is really impeccable. This time, the drone and the arrows, they reveal them as they're trying to retake. And imagine the fate of the Sage over there. Imagine the fate of Hika getting spammed down by a ghost. You would not probably expect that. But because your position's already been revealed, everyone knows where you are and they don't even need a line of sight to take you down.
Yeah, most certainly. I mean, this time around, the approach is going to be very, very patient here from the side of Team Fangs. They're going to let the aggression come
Watching here.
towards them. Sage going to be holding all the way back towards
Watching here.
defender spawn. Sorry, towards attacker spawn, making sure that no one's really able to surprise his friend Smoke A there. So good for them. But for the time being, a lot of patience being displayed by Fangs. I love it. No reason to give up any unnecessary kills. Just play it slow, wait
Yeah.
for them to make the aggressive maneuvers, and slowly but surely start creeping up and gaining map control.
Yeah, and it's great that they're going for a slower approach this time because it is an eco round for Team Enigma. And
Yeah.
they were probably expecting them to go for one of those YOLO eco round strats, but that didn't happen. So they're like, okay, they've given us mid, let's take it. They go all the way after walling mid, straight towards the B side. And only Rafuel is here. And he's playing it cheekily. He might just be able to get one sneaky frag. Oh no, he missed his opportunity. His
planted.
position's been revealed. Now he's going to have to go for his team and play along with them.
Yeah. Smoke. He's gonna blow the kneecaps off of Enigma Ghost, and now Cactus is gonna make sure he finds Badman's head. Fangs just finding kills left, right, and center. No opportunity over here for the side of Team Enigma to mount any sort of comeback. Great stuff by them as well. That Sage wall just leaving enough of a gap for one player to squeeze through, and like a train, they all start going through that one by one. Great approach by them, you know, just making sure that they don't allow the frenzies to get up close, deal a lot of damage, find any weapons, because if they lost that second round, which did happen to them when they were playing Ascent, their tempo just gets shut down very, very hard. And this is a team that likes to gain the momentum and then just not give it back as much as they can. They don't like the slow approach. If they feel confident about something, they will do it.
All right. Well, that's a great thing that you pointed out because we might just get to see a little bit of that in this round. Both the teams on a good amount of weaponry. No ultimates available, of course, this early in the game. But again, Fangs are going for a rather passive approach. I understand the fact that they're going for a passive approach in the previous round because they were afraid of the shenanigans. But this time, they are letting Enigma get away with it. And even Enigma isn't really going for anything aggressive. Finally, they start going down mid. They vault off the unused area, and now they're going to sneak right in. It's not even a sneak anymore. They're just blasting their way through. And Enigma Badman, he's managed to go down. He's managed to get the spike. Good stuff by Badman over there, letting them pass only to backstab them. But they still have the opportunity available to retrieve the spike, but not enough men. A single smoke should allow them to get in, but there's way too many people on them already. At this point, they're cornered on both sides. They're gonna have to take these fights, and Cactus, he's not just taking them, he's winning them. Good stuff. They've balled it down to a 2v2, but he is very, very low at this point. Hika finally puts him out of his misery. At least he set up Smoke A for success. He knows where one player is. He just needs to find the server.
Yeah, this is going to be a bit of a hard one for the Omen to pull through. It's going to be a crossfire set up perfectly, and that guy is going to find the head of Smoke, eh? Good attempt there by Coast to try and turn things around. Oh, sorry, not Coast, but rather... I always get confused between Coast and Cactus. But
Yeah.
Cactus over there finding that 1v2, very important for him that he also found the third kill. I guess he hesitated there slightly, but hey, I mean, you know, I guess he's just expecting too much out of the Chet. I mean, found 2 kills, that's as good as it gets. I mean, you can't expect more.
Yeah, especially
So hard
when
to
you
win when you've been backstabbed like that.
Yeah, exactly. And not just
Placing
backstab.
sentry.
Cactus was almost double peaked. He still was
Yep.
able to win that fight. He made sure that he did not get traded out
Scanning
simply
ahead.
on the basis of his sheer raw firepower. Let's see he's able to make use of that once again this time around, because Fangs are no longer playing it passively. They're climbing all the way up on top of the containers of B. At least Fangs is. They completely ignore the one-way smoke and they make their way past it. At least the Jet does. The rest of them are gonna fall back. They're gonna let him stay there, gather information. If not gather information, at least keep the players of Team Enigma busy on the B side so that they don't rotate towards other parts of the map that easily. And with that being said, they are now gonna start making their way towards the A site.
Yep. Kohli's going to be the one who's perched up towards this little area over here towards the belt. But the question is, can he actually move forward and find a pick over here? Has the boombot and the grenade to work with, so he can start clearing out
Here.
angles. But he's going to have to coordinate with his team because once his presence is shown, the enemy team, they are going to start responding. And how? So Yeah, very
Yeah.
measured approach over here by Fangs, but they don't want to start losing too much time. Cactus is gonna make it through. He's gonna find the Sova. Godvex is gonna be taken down by Cactus. The opening frag secure. He's also gonna
Wow.
find Ghost.
30
Okay.
seconds left.
Cactus able to find Ghost over there. Jet difference. But maybe he can. Well, can he find the third kill? That's the
Spike down
question. He doesn't. Batman is able to shut down B2. And the spike is on the ground, but it is going to be picked up by Maverick and planted. Raw fuel. All down to him. He's the one playing contact. And
Last player
Cactus once
standing.
again blowing the head clean off of Raw fuel. Hika on the Sage.
What?
Trying to find kills. Has the revive now. Could make this work, but needs to use the wall. The question is, can she get in position to do this? Is she going to go for it? Well, the answer seems to be no. Omen has been spotted out. But no, not the Omen, rather. Maverick has been spotted out on his Sova there. The wall is going to come through. The Zed is going to come through as well. But look at that.
One
Hika
enemy
using the
remaining.
body as a bait. Try and find a kill, but doesn't really have a lot of time. He needs to start sticking to the fuse mouth now. But Maverick has his number. Great attempt there by Hika. Almost getting himself the ace, but the end of the day, there's only so much he can do. He's just a Sage. And yeah, that's the end of that.
And it's not like he could have saved Rafiel from getting killed either.
Yeah.
He could only wall in one of the directions. And because Maverick then knew exactly what Hika was up to, and he knew where Hika had spotted him last, he could, just leisurely stroll around the other side of the container and then backstab Hika. What a great effort by him.
Yeah.
I love the way how Fangs was able to clear out the site. It's not just Cactus and his wonderful opening frags. It's the fact that they put down a fake smoke towards the B side that actually kept the Enigma players still on the B side, and that's why the rotation was so delayed.
Yep. A lot of heads crashing on the side of Team Enigma when they saw that smoke.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Team Fangs, their offensive approach is working out wonders for them. Despite being shot on those Omen smokes, just having one of them in the bank, they're able to make this work. Thanks to the great opening frags by Cactus. And it seems that Enigma were not aware about that. Vexy just caught off guard completely. I don't think the information was even relayed over to the Killjoy in time because Badman, I'm not sure who went down. I think someone went down who was playing boxes near that A side. But yeah, the Cactus finding two opening frags, that was a big thing there, helping them secure the round. But now, that recon bolt is going to reveal the Omen. Maverick is not even moving. Yeah, Maverick is going to stand there and be like, you know what? Yeah, come at me, buddy. You have a classic in your hand. There's nothing you can do.
Well, let's see what they can pull off in this particular round. Oh, Enigma goes. He tried to get a little too aggressive. Ended up paying the price for it. Maverick and Smoke opening up this side. Not losing any players. That's great, especially in an anti-eco round. Haven't
Spike
cleared
planted.
Batman. Do they check him? Oh no.
Variable.
I thought he would probably go for the knife, but he didn't refrain from doing so. That would have been a really big insult.
I mean, it's just one kill at the end of the day. I don't
Yeah,
think
yeah.
Fangs cares too much about Insal as
Can
long as they
someone
win
get
winning these rounds and they're able to, win the game.
Thank you.
Yeah, insults are not gonna matter when they are 10,000 rupees a piece richer. So, Well, for now though, a buy is gonna come out from Team Enigma. They also have a few ultimates to work with, namely the Killjoy ult and from the shadows in Rawfield's hands. But I'm not sure how much work they can do with it, Crips, because Killjoy ultimate can be taken out by the Sova.
Yeah.
And also the Raze if your nade positioning is good.
Yeah. Early drone to get a little bit of information. They now realize there's two players on B. The one-way smoke and the slow off definitely gives them that. And it's a little unorthodox to have two players on B. I've seen a lot of people put two on A, two on mid, and then one on B. But this time they have two on B. Only one on A, and that's going to be Vexy. And it's not even like he is in a position to stop this Omen ultimate. He cancels it nonetheless because he didn't spawn anyone. Definitely a very risky teleport. But Ghost picking up Toli will enable them to get that plant going. Does he reveal anyone with the recon dot? Not really for now. And the
You
retake
will
is
not
on. It's still a
kill my
4v5.
ally.
They should be able to get the revive on Toli once again because nobody's here to get it. And now it's again a 5v5. Diego also really forced them back, but not really stopping them. Kohli now with the ultimate after getting revived is able to get one, but Rafiel is still in a great position. Can they stop him though? The flash primed. The ball is down. Oh no! Even the flash can't stop them at this point. He's taking the defuse. They need to challenge these fights. And Ghost is here as a personal bodyguard. It doesn't
player
matter.
standing.
They're able to stick the defuse. Even though all the defenders die, they still win the round.
Yeah, great stuff here by the side of Team Fangs. Team Fangs, sorry, rather Team Enigma. Team Enigma able to just stick the defuse, the Hiccup, believing in his teammates, making sure that no one can really, stop the defuse from coming in. Sort of reminiscent of the first map on Haven, where we saw them literally body block the
Body block, yeah.
hit with their chest and Anil Kapoor style, and just make sure that there's no one who's really able to prevent the spike from being defused. This time around, same approach, except the wall was used. Good flash there by the Omen, but at the end of the day, the flash does not break through a wall. Okay. Interesting stuff by Hikka, able to pick up 2 good kills with the Spectre, evening things out at 3v3, but this still favors the attackers. They should be able to plant the spike at the very least for now. The cloud
Yeah,
burst.
but they've lost their smoker, so they're gonna have to rely on these cloud bursts to lock this area down. They can't really go for the launch just
Player
yet.
standing.
And that's exactly what I was
Spike
worried
down
about. They
B.
might just be able to get the opening kills, but they will not be able to get to the spike planting area in a safe manner. And Cactus, he had no choice. He had to pick up these fights.
Yeah, unfortunately, Cactus not able to win out the 1v2 over there. Had a few more cloud bursts available, but was being a little bit skimpy with those. Not really using them as much as he should have. So, to me, that's something they think about. But for now, 3 rounds posted on the board for Team Enigma. The economy slowly being built up. Very important on the defender's side, but yeah, these rounds are coming at a cost. I mean, they're still going to be relegated to buying light sheets and maybe a Spectre on one of their players. Raw Fuel just does not have any money to work with. So, yeah, not the best buy in the world. But at the same time, the attackers, they're on a bit of an eco over here with just Sheriffs and light shields to work with. Oh my god. Look at that recon bolt, revealing all 3 players. The rotation should start coming in from Team Enigma, and this 8-8 should be halted.
Yeah, but I'm surprised that Fangs aren't really sending anyone down mid. They're just gonna go in for a full A commit, hoping to get the spike down. That's probably all they've even wanted in this eco round. But the Hunter Fury will stop that from happening. Please buy them a little bit more time. It's gonna be up to Cactus to somehow play as the disruptor. And he's at least gonna be able to protect himself for a little bit. The other Hunter Fury comes in, and that's gonna delay the retake too. The bomb does go down. 4 versus 4. Definitely a doable situation for Team Fangs, but Badman is able to jump on top of that box and able to get the kill onto B2 Fangs. Good stuff. Maverick, he returns the favor with a nice 1D. But he gets scanned, and through the smoke, Smokey will be able to take him down. Good stuff over there by him. Ghost now has to stick the defuse, doesn't have too much time, and the Omen is literally on top of him.
Man, that was so close there. Ghost almost able to find the head of the Omen, but not able to blow it up clean. And Team Enigma, they lose a round they're not supposed to. Fangs walking away with an eco round. This is gonna swing the momentum back in their favor, and you can just look at the defenders' economy. It has shattered completely. They have a very shoddy buy going into this round. It's gonna be Sheriffs and light shields for most of them, and some of those players can't even afford Sheriffs. So yeah, they're gonna be relegated to using something like a Ghost or a Frenzy at best. Man, this is not the best run in the world for Team Enigma. They're gonna be a little bit disappointed about that. That was their round to lose, and they did lose it. This time around, the Ghost, with knives out of his own, he can try to return the favor. But Smokey is gonna find the first kill towards Badman, and that should open things up. Well, Hika gonna continue pushing over here for the time being. Gonna see if he can find anyone off guard. Kohli, though, is holding a weird angle over here. His crosshair not really in a good place. He might be spotted over here, but oh, look at that. Both players from Enigma lined up, and Kohli is gonna find the collateral. Well, Raw Fuel, he's gonna be playing contact over here. Ghost finds 1 kill, but that's all he's gonna find. Maverick able to put a bullet in his head, and the round once again goes the side of Team Fangs. Well, maybe the end of that. It seems that maybe having a small little hiccup over here. Crips is going to be back very shortly, but nobody spoke until then. You have me to take you through the game. So far it's going to be 3 players pushed up towards mid. I see the jet pointing towards that mid area. Let's see if they're actually able to get there and establish control. Lower from the side of Team Enigma having mid control, and this is what Team Fangs like doing time and time again. Ignore mid completely and then just explode on towards mid. Showstopper connecting, actually does not connect, it doesn't do any damage whatsoever. Maverick is able to find a trade towards Raw Fuel, and they're trying to make this B take work, but the B take is a side that is easier to retake. And yeah, God Vexy in position here, trying to scout things out, not really spotting out anyone. Maverick is going to be able to find the
Spike
trade, and now it's
planted.
3v3. Well, God Vexy. Vandal in his hands. He is
will
trying
not
to find
kill
the
my
awkward player lurking. The Sage's
undefeated.
gonna get taken down, and so is the Jet. God Vexy making this happen, finds the third kill. And now it's down to a 3v1. The round completely turned on its head, but maybe
Player
Maverick can
standing.
do something. He might be able to find the ace over here. 70 HP remaining, 2 shock darts, and an out drone to work with. Hiccup peeking out. Can he find the kill? Yes, he can. Both Soas there displaying amazing skills with the with their weapons respectively, but it's gonna be all she wrote. Crips, I hear you. You're back, buddy. What's your thought on the round?
Oh man, internet issues and India. I don't even know how bad of a combination that is until you experience it yourself.
It's the most iconic duo there is, Crips.
I know, right? Especially, it's so bad that it happens to you.
Yeah.
Luckily, I do have a backup line. Hopefully, this one stays a little more stable, to say
Yeah,
the least. But Floki, tell me, what did I miss?
You missed a very cool round, my friend. You missed two
Oh.
Soas going at it. Both Soas put up a great performance over there. Firstly, God Vexy was able to find a 4K, no, not a 4K actually, a 3K. He was able to find the Sage reviving someone, the person she res, as well as a raise on top of that to sweeten things up. And then Maverick turned around, slapped the Soa, enemy Soa in his head. That's God Vexy. And then he even found the second kill to back that up with. And then he was left in a 1v1 with Hika, who was the Sage. And Hika was just like, man, why am I in this spot? But at the end of the day, he was able to secure the kill, and he still has his ultimate to work with. So the defense looking a lot stronger now, Crips. They have 4 ults on hand. And in case you're wondering which Sage used their ult, it was the Sage on the side of Team Fangs.
Interesting round. Luckily, our viewers got to see it. Let's hope there are no technical problems anymore after this, and hopefully I'll be able to enjoy the match as well as you. But
Yeah.
here's the thing. Even though Enigma Gaming are not in the lead this time, Team Fangs, what they are doing is that they keep Enigma Gaming from rotating too early, and then they are able to exploit that high-paced game. If somehow Enigma Gaming start pushing a little bit to gather information early on, then they will be able to put all these shenanigans of Team Fangs to a halt. That's something that Enigma have not been doing. They haven't really been going very aggressive. I mean,
Yep.
they are using the recon dot from God Vexy to get early information, but that's about it.
Yeah, and this one's gonna be a little bit of a difficult affair for the side of Team Enigma over here because I mean, they do have a buy, but it's not the best buy in the world. A Bulldog in one hand, light shields and raw fuel, so it's yeah, there's not a lot of tools you have working in your favor, but at the same time, I mean, you do have the operator, so I guess you win some, you lose some. If Ghost is able to make that operator work, this could be around the Enigma win. But yeah, making that operator work is going to be the difficult part because the 8 takes on the side of Team Fangs have been absolutely wonderful. I haven't seen a lot of openings that they leave away. The post plant's a different story, but getting to the site is not something that Team Fangs have had trouble with so far.
That's true. That's true. They haven't really been having a lot of trouble over there. Maybe Ghost can change things up. Maybe
Turn out.
with his op, he's able to stop them. And I assume he's gonna take a position on top of that server box over there where he can peek deep into the A entrance right at the start. If he does that, that's gonna be an easy opening kill for him. No, I think he's gonna stick to his heaven position, so that's fine.
Yep.
Is he gonna go up there? Nah. Alright, regardless of the fact, Team Fangs have been playing it a little passively for now, right? They haven't really gone in for any of those dual rushes, at least not yet. This time they might just change things up, and Ghost on top of the box is able to
Wow.
get a kill on the Cactus. Good stuff over there by him. Both the outrun spotting each other.
Saying hi, just tagging
Yeah.
each other up. But yeah, Ghost being able to find the first kill has definitely changed the pace of the game. The Sova ult is going to be used. It's going to miss the first one at least. Second one is going to find Kohli. And guess what? God Vexy is able to take out Kohli. Now the return Ultus Fury coming in from Maverick. Beat is able to take out Ghost. And now a 2v4 situation. Could be a 2v5 if Hika decides to use his ultimate. But yeah, this is going to be a hard ask for the side of Team Fangs. Team Fangs, they're just looking to find an opportunity over here that's going to help them. Oh, no. I know what he was trying to do there, but yeah, it doesn't work out for him. I'm not too sure how the wall works precisely for Sage in those sorts of situations because I have seen occasions where the Sage wall it builds fully up in the air and you can't stand on top of it.
Last
Oh,
standing.
Rafuel, he is going to find
Spike
V2. That's the
down A.
spike drop. The information going to be relayed over his team. It should be rotating in about now. And now Maverick once
I
again
have
in a
the spike.
1v3.
Interesting stuff over here.
30
Maverick
seconds left.
doesn't have a lot of time, but his position's been revealed. And they're not gonna push him. They're just gonna let him stay alive and run out of money in the next round. Unless, of course, he decides to take the battle to them.
14 seconds remaining on the clock, Chris. If he wants to act, the time is now. Otherwise, he
10
could save for
seconds
the
left.
next round. He has enough money to rebuy the Owl Drone for sure. As long as he doesn't lose his heavy shields, it shouldn't be the end of the world for him. But yeah, it is going to be a save coming in from Maverick. Just continue holding on to this angle and hopefully save his rifle into the next round. Can he pick up? Yes, he can.
Last round
Well, at
in the
least there's a
half.
consolation frag.
Indeed, but that consolation frag is all there is. I mean, it's going to be the last round in the half of the side of Team Fangs. They have had 6 rounds on offense here, so not the most bad of performances, but you would expect them to get a few more rounds on the attacker side, don't you think so?
I mean,
I feel like
it's fine.
not easy to play attacking, right? You can always trade frag, you can always do those shenanigans, just try and get the bomb down.
Yeah, but there's so many angles that you gotta check. I mean, because it's a new map, people don't really have an opinion on it just yet. But I do feel it's a slightly defender-sided map, simply because you gotta do too much. Simply because you gotta be too
Standing ahead.
Yeah. Wow, he's gonna find Cactus right off the bat. He's also gonna find Maverick, just try peeking the AWP time and time
My
again. It
God.
doesn't work out for them. Oh, Ghost.
One enemy
I just like how he updrafts the boom ball running at him. And it is gonna be a 4K for Ghost. What a way to end the half. Great half coming in from the side of Team Enigma. Being able to mount a comeback after Fang's early tempo there.
It's almost. Yeah, this was just way too good. The whole decision to updraft itself just shows how much presence of mind he has, and he is unwavering, unresolving, even in the face of adversity. This guy had multiple people rushing him at the same time, but he just falls back a little bit and takes up a slightly less aggressive angle. He doesn't fully fall back from the fight ever, so he doesn't get cut out of the action. He's always relevant in the round. And he's always available to fight. Even if he dies, he has his teammates prepared for him.
Most certainly. I mean, that's what's so good about that,
Deploying
right?
drone.
But for the time being, Enigma got Vexy. He's just gonna use his Owl Drone to scout things out towards A. He's gonna spot out one, and Cactus is gonna reveal his position after using that Frenzy. And look at this. I think this heavy commitment towards A might just work out for Fang. Smokey is gonna find the first kill. Spike is dropped by Ghost. He's gonna find the second kill. Cactus is gonna put a bullet in Rafuel's head. Hika able to get a return kill, but Maverick is able to trade him out over here. And Badman, his presence towards mid area is not gonna be very helpful. But
Last player
bot.
standing.
Oh, Kobe! Totally able to find that, and Cactus is gonna put the final nail in the coffin. God Vexy there, almost making it look amazing once again, but there's only so many times he can look absolutely dazzling on that so of his. I mean, he almost pulled off a clutch, in the round before that, but
The one that I missed?
yeah, the one that you missed. I mean, he got 3 kills that basically set his team up for success. Hika was able to close things out, but both Soas in that round had an amazing performance.
Man. You know, it's like you skip school one day, and on that day in school, 2 classmates end up fighting. The teacher ends up, I don't know, tripping in class or something like that. It's kind of that FOMO feeling that I have right now.
You know, I'm not a particularly courageous kid, so for me, that's more like not coming on a day of school and realizing that the math chapter you're really bad at has been completed. And Maverick, in the meantime, he's gonna know what it feels like to eat a few bullets in his head. That Frenzy doing so much
Spike
work there.
planted.
And guess what? Enigma's aggressive approach works. They're able to get the spike down towards A. Now, the question is, can they hold on and make it explode? Maverick still continuing to peek out. Hika has been flashed off. Kohli's gonna find the first kill towards Ghost. B2's gonna find the second one, and Kohli finds the second one as well. Puts himself on the board. Hika trying to make that first fire work. It does not work. And Team Fangs, they walk away with every single one of their player alive.
Yeah, but at least Enigma were able to get that spike down.
Flawless.
This means that they will have a decent amount of money going into the next round. The third round was anyway supposed to be the buy round for them. Like, they were anyway supposed to purchase weapons. But with the spike, they will have full utility as well. They will not have to relegate down to those light armor, and they won't have to rely on a cheap buy or something like that. They can still continue purchasing good weapons. And surprisingly, Fangs are still sticking to their guns. They're still sticking to the Spectres and everything. So they're going to be forced to play close angles, especially Cactus with that Judge.
Yeah. I mean, that Judge can do a lot of work at close range, but not too sure if he's going to find the opportunity to do so. The Jet might just be swallowed up with this Owl drone. God, Vexy going so... He's going high above. He's actually able to spot out 3 players. He's going to know exactly what's happening on that B side. Hika though, able to find a return flag on towards Cody. Cactus all down to him, but he's going to be spammed out by Badman as well as Smokey. But Smokey is going to be taken out here by Raw Fuel. And now a 4v2. Not too sure. B2 is able to find one kill. Can he find the second one? Does a better damage towards Raw Fuel, but that's all he's going to find. Maverick. Well, you've seen him do it once, but can he do it again?
Fangs, they positioned themselves in a way where they could bait each other out. Like, if one teammate died in the middle of a smoke, the other one would peek out on the other side and catch them off guard. So it was great that way, but even though they had multiple people positioned on the B corridor, they were not able to stop them. Yeah, and they were able to just brute force their way in, and this is something that's been happening since Ascent. They are able to brute force their way on the attacking side, and there's just no replies. Fangs can't do anything. Maybe this time they were forced to play this way because they had judges and specters and whatnot. Maybe things will change when they have proper weaponry, but we'll have to wait and watch for that.
Yeah, once again, looks like Fangs are going to go for a sort of an awkward buy here. I see a Marshal in the hands of Maverick, and I see nothing in the hands of Cactus. He's actually trying to save up for the AWP for the next round, so that's what he's going to be doing. Good approach by the Jet. I like having an AWP on our Xbox, but yeah, this just means that the side of Team Enigma are going to be able to stroll into B side with no resistance whatsoever and get the spike down. So, Kohli is going to be the only person posted up over here. Has a Spectre in his hands. Maybe he can prevent the spike from going down. For now, though, he's trying to destroy the wall. That grenade is actually going to prevent Hika from planting. It should be able to deal a fair amount of damage, and it does. The kills are also dropping low. Badman can be able to take out Cactus. Now Hika... It's up to him to try and slow down the push coming in from the side of Team Fangs, quite literally.
Yeah, and they know that Fangs do not have the backstab, so they're just gonna have to fight their way towards Snowman. He is able to get one with the Marshal, but that's all she wrote for him. Poor Smokey. What can he possibly do in this situation? He doesn't even have the right weapon to deal damage, and he doesn't even...
Man, they're so relentless. They're spamming him out.
Yeah, man, it's so painful to watch something like that happen. Like,
Yeah.
the poor guy doesn't even know where he's getting shot from. He just knows that bullets coming out of a wall. That's it. And he can't shoot back with the frenzy.
Yeah, just kicking a dog when he's down, and Smokey is gonna know how it feels like the hard way. Thankfully though, a buy is gonna be put together for the side of Team Fangs.
Track them down.
And we'll see just how much they can do with this weaponry of theirs. Enigma, once again, not changing a lot of things. The Owl is gonna go A, and they will spot out the operator. So that information relayed. They're gonna quickly nope back from the B side, start making their way towards A, and gonna respect the op in the hands of Cactus.
Yeah, and they know that it's gonna be an A push. The recon dart, the dark cover, it's just a clear indication of what's happening. Smokey just wants to delay them for as long as possible so that his teammates can rotate and hopefully put up a fight. But as soon as he hears that spike being planted, the Hunter's Fury is going to get committed. That's going to delay the spike plant a little bit and actually damage them quite a lot. But now that it's out, there's a tiny gap that they can use, and that's why he's going to be forced to plant the spike in a much more deeper angle. An angle from where they cannot defend the spike from the high ground. In fact, they won't be allowed to plant at all.
Shot down.
For the time being, Maverick is going to be able to find Hika as well as Ghost the Res, being completely stopped, but still a 2v3. Fangs don't have the best advantage in the world to work with. Now, from the shadows being used perfectly to get the spike down towards B. His teammates are going to be able to rotate in the nick of time to help his teammate out. Kohli, though, it's a lot of momentum with those race satchels. Can he find the Omen, though? That's the question. What the hell are the side of Team Enigma doing? They're gonna be able to give up raw fuel for free. Kohli's gonna find the first frag and he's gonna start sticking the defuse. They need to try and prevent it from coming in, and that's what they were trying to do. Just find the rays, preventing the defuse. And now the Sage is gonna try to stick it. The Killjoy is gonna be found. Can he stick the final defuse? No, he cannot.
Oh
Great
my God.
by Team Enigma. That was a good attempt by Fangs. I have to hand it to them. That was very, very clever. The Sage coming in for the second defuse, that was amazing. She had enough HP to tank the first Hunter's Fury shot, so she does so, but then the Raze comes in. Sorry, not the Raze, the Killjoy comes in to try and trade. And she's successful in stopping defuse.
But you gotta respect Team Enigma Gaming. They were so patient. Their plans were getting foiled time and time again. The moment they tried to take the A site, the Hunter's Fury stopped them. They had multiple people pouncing on them from the high ground. But in the middle of all that, they were like, nope, we are not gonna plant here. We will wait, we will fight. If we get the picks, we continue. They didn't get the picks, they had the Omen go plant on B. And then they were still able to get there in time to defend. Good stuff.
Spike down A.
Yep.
This time, Enigma are actually punching the aggression from Fangs. Fangs haven't really gone aggressive so far, right? Now they start to pick up these fights. We had Cactus try to push up A, and he lost against Jet. The other players are fighting on mid, and Smokey is able to land a nice one tap with the Sheriff on Batman. Now that's opening frags that you wouldn't expect Team Fangs to get. But because they're so aggressive, they're able to have it. On the rocket! It is so good.
Spike down B.
Yeah. B2 is going to be able to revive Cactus and make this a 4v2, a lot more doable for the side. But yeah, that Raze showstopper there, putting an end to Ghost's life. And Rawfield with just 3 HP to his name is going to be taken out. Smokey is going to find that. And oh, what a sick drop down deagle there by Smokey towards God Vexy, showing him who the real God is.
Man, the way Smokey plays around his smokes,
Thrifty.
he did not make a single peep. He stayed there. He let them get the plant. He did not try to stop them or whatsoever. He knew that if he just plays this correctly, if he is patient enough, he will be able to catch both of them off guard. The one tap onto the Omen, that was great. That was expected. But this onto God Vexy? What on earth was that? That was just pure reflex.
Yeah. Oh man, that was amazing. That's the kind of highlight reads people try to go for. Well, we'll see exactly what Fangs have in store for us in this particular round. Smokey, it's gonna use that ultimate once again to scout things out. Doesn't see anyone. The information has been relayed over to his teammates, and just like that, they're gonna know exactly where the hit is coming. It's gonna be on B side. Kohli is all by himself in a
but
cheeky angle.
he didn't spot an even out yet.
Yeah.
You gotta consider the fact that the spike is still outside of A, which means probably Team Enigma want to go there at the end of the day. They are gonna commit their smokes towards the B side. They're gonna let this smoke pop, indicating that they want to cross over towards the Yellow Container, but I don't know if it will be enough to sell the fake. The rotations still haven't come through, right? Team Fangs are still playing their default setup. And now that the recon dot is on A, it's a clear indication that that's where they want to go. But they still go back towards the B side. It's a double fake. Will Team Fangs actually buy it? They still have the Raze positioned on the B side, so in case they commit over here, she should be able to stop them. But the lockdown finally giving away their intentions. It's gonna be up to Kohli to somehow stop them or fall back, and he decides the latter.
30 seconds left.
Yeah. Well, it's not going to be a triple fake. The spike is going to go
Spike
down
planted.
towards B. Let's see how much work Kohli can do. No showstopper available, but he does have the boom bot as well as the frag grenade in his hands. God Vexy. The recon dot, trying to scout things out, see who exactly is on the side. The shot darts are going to come through first, try and soften up. Kohli is going to eat that full force and lose a lot of his HP. Raw fuel now with the Omen flash is going to try to find the kills, but 2 frags with the boom bot? That is unheard of. Kohli, he doesn't even fire a single bullet and is able to find 2 kills. Now it's just going to be Raw fuel left in a 1v3, but he's been covered from both sides and taken out by Smokey. Contrary to his name, he is also good on the B side.
Good stuff by Team Fangs over there, especially Kohli, who threw down a nade towards the right-hand side, Boom towards the left. And the worst part was, I believe there was a little team flash by Enigma. That's probably what caused the Boombot to actually get 2 frags. Like, they weren't aware of the fact that there is a Boombot headed their way. And who would be, right? Like, there's people in front of you. There's people with guns who are trying to shoot you down. Who do you shoot first? You shoot the Boombot, you shoot the people? And at one point, there's so much utility being thrown at you that anyone who's hiding behind that yellow container will be forced out into the open.
Take flight.
You know, this was the perfect opportunity for that to be continued meme to be used.
Yeah.
You know, you could
Yeah.
that when those
Yeah.
boom ball is approaching those two players, and yeah, that was all she wrote. And these are the kind of things you hope that happen with Kohli, but it's oh sorry, with Raze, but it just never happens. You know, even when you play that Raze, your boom ball it just crashes 3 times to find anyone. Bit of a fake out there with the satchel to try and show that he's actually backing off, but he pushes forward instead. And now with the grenade is gonna start tossing it out, see who exactly it is over there. And he's still hiding behind that box. They don't know where he is positioned. If they start spamming here, they could find him. Look at that shock dart. It's not able to find him just yet. Kohli's still remaining alive, but Maverick is actually able to use that setup to find 2 kills. Raw fuel, in the end, will be taken out by Cactus. Did find Maverick, but that's all he found.
Good stuff there by the Rays, buying so much time for the team to rotate over there. Kohli, he picked up a frag, that's a bonus. The fact that he was able to stay alive itself is very important. That's the only objective he had over here. And because they were so busy focusing on the race, they forgot about the fact that there is no smoke available towards no man, and that's how Maverick was able to get those 2 kills to enable the retake. In fact, it wasn't even a retake, like the bomb wasn't even planted. They were just so worried about Kohli being over there, it just completely occupied all the bandwidth in their head.
Yeah, much like the bandwidth of your internet running out.
Stop it.
and
Stop it. Stop sprinkling salt over
yeah.
my injuries, okay?
It's all right, Krebs. We all experienced that at one point or the other. You know, you're winning a game, you're doing well, and then your internet just goes away. Just Indian things. But yeah, I mean, great round by the side of Team Fangs over there. Kohli just sitting behind that box, baiting out the side of Team Enigma. There was there was a very big balls play. He just didn't move. He's like, yeah, you can go ahead and spam me, you can throw shock darts at me, but I am
Not
glued to
much.
this box and I am not moving.
Yeah. And now finally Team Fangs are using the standard Sage wall on Tube. Because Enigma had been going towards the sites directly for Sage rounds, they just forgot about the fact that it exists. And in the last round, Enigma Gaming, you know, exploited mid like it should have been exploited previously. And that's when Team Fangs realized the Sage wall is just probably best used where it is. The recon
Okay.
dart won't really reveal anyone, but it does get shot down, so that's a little information.
Yep. And I like the slow and methodical approach this time from Fangs. Very, very defensive. Literally no one is playing the B side. And it's for a reason. It's because they don't want to be swarmed by frenzies and sheriffs from one side. So they will be able to get the bomb down, but that's pretty much all they're going to get. And now,
Spike
slowly but
planted.
surely, they're going to know what's up. The retake is going to start coming through.
Yeah, but Enigma, they're able to get a free plant in an eco round, which they weren't even supposed to win. That's bonus for them already, and in a 5 versus 5 retake, things are definitely doable. There is no backstab coming in from them as well. It's just gonna be an initial
Oh, no.
Hunter's Fury to find out some information, but Ghost wants that smoking. At least he's managed to tag multiple people, so they know that there are multiple people present towards the yellow boxes. But what do they do with that information? They're still gonna have to fight. At least the half of the wall is
player
successful a
standing.
little bit, but then Ghost and Roku, they are able to get in here, and Ghost is able to get so many frags when everyone else was distracted.
Oh man, and it all started off with Smokey eating that sheriff shot towards his head. Wasn't expecting players to hold that angle. Oh man, that was not around that the side of Enigma was supposed to win. Team Fangs, they're really going to be kicking themselves for losing that one, Crips. They are not going to be pleased about that. Thankfully, they still have enough money in the bank to post another buy-up, but this round's crucial for them. If they don't win this one, they're not going to have money for the next round. They're going to be working with Spectres and Bulldogs.
And Enigma just deciding to have Ghost come in late from the Oranges area, it basically what won the round. They knew that they had positioned him over there as an anti-backup, but who knew that he would be able to get so many while having Team Fangs literally not even aware about his position. This time it's gonna be a brute force attack towards the B side, but after poking it and prodding it a little, they fall back. Enigma Badman has managed to sneak all the way in towards Boilers, and he might just slip
Oh,
past
no.
under the nose of Cactus.
Oh no, Cactus, he might be in for a rude awakening over here. The sound has been given away. Does Batman decide to peek it? No, he does not. Instead, just reading over the information to his team. And look at that, Cactus is actually going to cloudburst the recon dart, so it doesn't reveal anything. The alarm bot did go through over the Omen, and Smokey is going to be taken out as a result. And now, it's going to be a 5v3 situation over here. Beat was able to find the first kill. Can he find the second one? No, he cannot. Not even didn't even have the rest, so no chance that he was actually gonna do something away. But maybe Cactus with a nice scan. No, he cannot. Now it's just gonna be Kohli left to his own devices in a 1v2. The showstopper is gonna come out, is gonna be used. No damage taken by Kohli. He can make this happen. Has a boom bot in his hands, but he's shot on time scripts. He needs to do this quickly. Gonna go forward, start tapping the spike. The recon dart is gonna come through, and he's gonna stick the diffuse. He could stick the diffuse. He has enough HP to do so. Oh man, he's gonna find the first one, and I don't think God Vexy can come in the nick of time. He's trying to run. He's shaking his head. Can he find the kill? Yes, he can. Oh my God! Attackers winning that by the skin of their teeth. So close. Holy cow!
That's the kind of stuff that leaves you with shaky hands and jitters. Yeah, you can see it in the movement of Kohli, the way he's just moving his mouse around like a afraid little chicken. He knew that his fate was sealed the moment he started to stick that defuse. He was just hoping that he would be able to finish it before Vexy comes in. But you know who won them that round? It was Batman. He picked up 3 kills, but that's a different story. Him simply being present towards the boiler area is what ate up so much mental space from Team Fangs that they were just busy thinking about Batman. They had no idea that Enigma will go aggressive on the back of Batman's shenanigans and they will take the fight to them. Him simply being present towards boiler is what basically won the round for Team Enigma. He picked up 3 kills, that's a bonus.
Yep, it most certainly is. And Enigma over here, they are going to take a pause to try and figure out what is it that they want to do for this round, because this round is going to put them at match and map point. And if they screw this one up, it is going to be the opponent's match and map point. So yeah, Team Enigma most certainly going to play it a little bit cautiously, and this is where things start getting a little bit rough for Team Fangs, because if you look at them, they just don't have the money. I see a Spectre on Maverick, a Stinger on Smokey, and B2 is going to be working with Light Shield. So not the most ideal of circumstances, but they're still going to try to pose together a round. The resume is going to come through, and we'll see what is it that Team Enigma decide to do. But now it's going to be heavy commitment towards the B side, and Fangs have read this. They kind of had expected this to come, and Kohli with the Phantom is able to find the first opening kill. The frag grenade is going to go through, but he will be traded out eventually by Raw Fuel, but not before he does a fair amount of damage towards the Omen. He's going to have to be healed back up for the Sage. That is going to happen. And now the tempo being slowed down slightly. Sage going to boost himself up to get the revive towards Coast, but he's going to be taken down on return. Cactus is going to find the trade. And now B2 also finding Batman. This has gone from bad to worse for the side of Team Enigma. They need to back off. That's exactly what they're going to do. That recon bolt is not going to reveal anything. They're just going to continue holding on to their positions over here. And the side of Team Enigma, they're going to start making their way towards A instead. But it's going to have to be started from scratch, because yeah, I don't think Maverick's gonna let them come in so easily. He does have a Spectre in his hand, and he does see one person with the recon dart. The shot does come through. He eats a fair amount of damage. Is not gonna have the Gonads to repeat that angle. And the Spectre, can it do work? That's the question. He's gonna drop down, look to find someone, but Raw Fuel is marking that angle. A 3v3 situation. B2, command in his hands. He's the player who's going to be having the most amount of impact over here, and he's going to have impact. He's going to find God Vexy, has the res available. He's going to be able to rest Smokey. Smokey is going to be rest taken out real quick, but B2's going to be able to find the trade. Now a 3v1, the Jet with the knives available. Can she prevent the defuse from coming through? That is the question. Oh no, Ghost is not able to stick. Ghost is not able to find the bullets connecting. And finally, Fang will put up the 12th round on board for them. Match and map point for them, Crips. This is...
Match point.
Oh man, this is going to be a hard one for Team Enigma. They do have money to get a decent buy going, but Hika does not have the money for a weapon. He's going to have to work with a Spectre at best. Even if he buys a Spectre, he's not going to have money for a wall. Ugh.
Yeah, this is bad all over the place. Fangs really deciding to take the battle to them. They had so many players stationed on the B side. Enigma were like, why don't these guys just straight up die? Like, we're fighting so many people. And that's when Enigma realized this is a stack. It's better that we back off from here. And even when they backed off, even when they got the plant down, they were just not able to hold on to it. Fangs were able to win this round by throwing bodies at Enigma, and the trade game was so good. They managed to res a person as well, and after that, they just knew that they had the advantage. Even though both the Sages rest one person each, the battle of trades just doesn't end.
Yeah. Man, that was a great play there, especially by the Sage on the side of Team Fangs, using that res as a bait, knowing that the Omen's gonna get peeked, is able to find the return kill and make that situation very doable 3v2. And then the Omen just sticks to defuse, and there's nothing that can happen for the side of Team Enigma that's worthwhile.
And,
They end up losing the
and
round.
and another thing which went wrong for Team Enigma over there is that the C4 it was planted a little too deep. It was planted. If it was planted slightly out in the open, maybe Ghost could have killed the person defusing. But because the Omen had a little bit of hard cover, picks up the wrong one, they were able to stick it. Yeah.
Yep.
And they even had to go for the safe plant because they were getting attacked from the rough way. Otherwise, they would have gone for the open plant as usual. So Team Fangs forcing errors out of Enigma Gaming. It's enabling them to get to the map point. And we've seen them on map point again. It's just usually Enigma is the one who gets to 12 first. This time
Yeah.
it's the other way around. And Enigma, do they have enough stuff to actually fight them? Like,
They
do
do,
have
they
enough-
do.
Do they have enough ultimates? Let's take a look. Hold on. We just press tab. We have an ultimate available on Ghost, which is basically just an extra gun. We have Batman with the lockdown. That can change things. And on the side of Fangs, we only have a From the Shadows from Smoke A.
Yeah, there's the only one we're going to be working with ultimates is the offense over here. So that's slightly against Fangs, but at the same time, Team Fangs they do have a decent buy. Team Enigma, their buy as well, not too shabby. Just one light shield on. Actually, no light shields. In fact, they have all heavy shields. Hikka decided to go for the request a bulldog drop instead, so he's going to be working with that. And this could very well be the final round of the second last round over here in the Aces ROG Boss-Fight trips. Gonna be Host opening things up with the knives, flying up in the air looking to find a pick. Is not gonna find anyone for now.
You should run.
Great smoke by Smoke A over there. The one on top of pipes is to make sure that people on the attacking side are very paranoid about them being on pipes. And even though there is nobody over there, it at least ensures that nobody will come up on top of the pipes. They won't get peeked from there. But now that both teams are out, they will now go in for the broken mid. The site is under control. Nobody gets detained, but at least they get forced out. They should be able to plant the spike. Now the retake begins. It's a 5 versus 5. At this point, a little Hunter's Fury would have been really helpful. But Maverick, he doesn't need a Hunter's Fury. He needs to walk out and try to walk. Good stuff. 4 versus 5. They still have a lot more angles to clear though. The recon dart from the defenders makes sure that the enemy Sova is also in the field. But Hika picks up the kill onto Cactus instead. That was not supposed to happen. Godpixie was supposed to protect him. But he is good for only 1. He does get the kill onto Maverick. He right past him and Ghost. He gets the kill onto Fangs. He doesn't check it. B2. Oh my lord. Ghost. 2 very important frags for this man. He's able to get that kill on
Switching
B2
sides.
first, and then
Overtime.
the knife straight to the dome. Yeah. That's
Yeah, I just don't have words for that. I mean, especially after Maverick found the opening kill there. That should not have happened. B2 being a little bit too aggressive, a little bit too cheeky. Ends up being taken out over here. And as a result, we're going to go to overtime, Crips. Enigma versus Fangs. This time, Enigma back on the defense. Let's see what they can string through. Man, this one's... yeah, this one's really going all the way, isn't it? I mean, the viewers are definitely getting full value for their money.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm getting full value for my money. I was afraid, oh my god, I lost my internet, I'm gonna miss out. Nope. I did not miss anything. The actual match begins now. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going into overtime for the soul of the survival of these teams. Both of them have worked really hard across all 3 maps, but it boils down to just this. And God Wexy, a god indeed in his own right, is able to get that kill onto P2. No more heals available. Luckily for the attackers, they still have them down on the mouth of A and then get in here. They also have the Raze jumping up. Cactus is able to get the kill onto God Mexi, falling it back down to a 4v4. And they're still throwing down the Cloud Burst to make sure that nobody can pull off a Batman. This enabled them to get the plant really safely.
player
But
standing.
Hikka and Rawfuel, are you
Spike
kidding me?
down
Are
A.
you serious? They had barely any angles available, and they catch frags trying to get into the planting area. Oh man, they are so aware about their own strengths and weaknesses.
Switching
They knew that
sides.
even if they lost
Match
control
point.
of the mid area and they let Fangs sneak into the site, it doesn't really matter because they will not have enough smokes left to lock out the heaven entrance. And they knew it. They knew
Yep.
exactly what they needed to do. They knew exactly which angle needed to hold and where their enemies will be vulnerable. And they strike when the iron's hot.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great display. That was a great sense of awareness by them, just
No,
going up
yeah.
heaven with two players and just preventing them from having control of the site. Maybe the Jet could have thrown some cloud bursts up there, but she was too keen on trying to defend the main area from mid towards A, and as a result, he was not able to throw the cloud burst in the nick of time. Coast is going to find the first kill towards Smoke A. This, oh no, Fangs V2 has also been taken out. A 3v2 Crips. This is not looking good for the side of Team Fangs over here. Enigma finding those two very crucial opening picks. Maybe Cactus can do something over here with a cheeky angle. He finds
Nice.
one. Can he find more? No, he's actually going to dash away, playing it with discipline. Maverick is able to find the second pick, a 3v3 Crips. This is still very doable. But the question is, can they make this work?
Oh,
Enigma
no.
got
Now
Vexy
they can't.
just when I thought they had an advantage. Got Vexy. He's going to find Kohli.
They were all over the place. I was so worried about Team Enigma because they were so spread out. But now that they've managed to get that kill onto the Raze on B, they can safely go for the
Spike
front.
planted.
2 versus 3. They can still win this. Unless, of course, Maverick and Cactus are able to pull something off. He has the recon dart available, but no dash available on Cactus, which means if he gets traded out, there's no way he can dash back to safety. Vexy, holding the snowman area, knowing that nobody's coming from there, will probably keep the Jet at bay. Maverick's been spotted out, so they know the position of one of the players. Paranoia's gonna hold him back for a little bit longer. He does
player
reveal the
standing.
Sage, but he gets taken down by the Omen instead. And even Cactus has been revealed. He's getting pummeled by all directions. Who does it fight first? Good shot onto Vexy, but there's really not much else he can do. Ladies and gentlemen, your winners of this particular best of 3 are Team Enigma. It was difficult, it was labored, but they get it done in the end.
Wow, that was an incredibly close game coming in from both sides, man. Team Enigma, at the end of the day, when it really matters, well, they just put the load on their shoulders and carry each other to a victory. That was so close though for Fangs. I mean, they could smell it. It was practically in their mouth, snatched out at the last moment.
I
I
have no
mean,
words. I'm gonna have to take a breather for this one because this was a really exhilarating round. All right,
yeah, that was
what what went wrong for Team Fangs? You know, on Ascend and on
mhm,
Haven, whenever Fangs were losing rounds, they went aggressive and they won it. That
mhm.
kind of mentality had been ingrained into them from the first few maps. And this time, when Fangs thought, okay, let's go aggressive, let's take the fight to them, they got punished for it. They were prepared for B2's push from tunnels, they were prepared for that initial frag onto Kohli. And when they got those 2 opening frags, Enigma knew that they had this in the bag. And
Yeah,
for a second, I thought maybe Cactus will be able to play Disruptor, playing directly underneath the
mhm,
belt area, getting that frag, getting back to safety as well. And even Maverick was able to turn this into a 3v3. I thought, okay, shit, maybe Fangs have it back in the back. But then the enemy Sova, God of Xe, pulling off the impact frags. Him opening up the B side is what enabled them to win that round. And whenever his team is in trouble, God of Xe steps up.
yeah.
He may not have the highest frags. He may not be the guy dishing out the punishment all the time, but every frag has been an impact frag.
Most certainly, and that's what carried Team Enigma to this victory, Crips. I mean, just having those impact tracks, just being very patient against Team Fangs. Team Fangs, once they put their pedal on the gas, they just never stopped hauling ass. They were just very consistent. Just kept on pressing forward. But at some point, their over eagerness got the better of them. Right, that last round where they had match point. B2 decides to push forward towards A, gets spotted out by Coast, gets his head blown off clean, and by that point, the defense had just completely crumbled, especially after Maverick had found that first kill and made things easier for the side of Team Fangs.
Like I said, Lucky, it's a war of information, which turns into a war of attrition at one point, but then fans
Hmm.
thought that okay, going aggressive works for us on Haven and Ascend. It will work for
Yep,
us on Icebox as well. It doesn't. Yeah. Whatever stuff that they had learned about Team Enigma over the course of this best of 3, it ended up working against them when they tried to implement it. And that is how the cookie crumbles, ladies and gentlemen. Team Enigma are your
yep.
finalists of this boss battle. They're going to be facing Hydraflix team in just a little bit.
Well, don't go anywhere, folks, because we're going to be back very shortly with the match between Hydroflick and Team Enigma. So you might want to stock up with your pop. You might want to stock up on your popcorn if you are having any. Just refresh your cold drinks, and we'll be back before you could say Valorant.
Valorant. No, wait, that's not true.